Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's messages of love from above. I'm back. Thank you guys for understanding. I did take off last night and didn't have my live session. Um, just a lot of reasons, physically mainly. And so I needed rest, and Spirit told me, you better just rest. Otherwise, you won't be on this weekend. So thank you guys for understanding and for all the love that I received. Before we get started into the readings today, I do want to send a love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing so, I, of course, invite that. Whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together and send love out to the world. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Just let that love fall into our hearts and open them up and flood that love out to the world, opening our hearts, opening our throats to speak truth, opening our ears and eyes to see and hear truth, our higher brain and third eye, our connection to spirit to see capital T truths. Allow the world to see beyond the fears and have their heart spark with beautiful higher vibrational love for the collective. And if you yourself are in need of love right now for your own heart, your own mind, your body, a situation, a relationship, a loved one, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now. Just take it in like a tree takes in and soaks in the loving light and sunlight from the sun. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys so much for joining me and doing that. And of course, allowing me the space for this as well. We can never underestimate our impact on the world with us sending out higher vibrational love. It's the most powerful vibration energy in this entire plane of existence across the universe. And one of us sending out love, unconditional love, the higher vibrational love, transforms a lot of the lower vibrational fear energies. It's like the ratio is extreme. One person can be 700,000, a million or more, um, counteract that many individuals going through lower vibrational energy. So don't underestimate your power, even just meditating and sending love out. We do change the world. So I like it. I like it. I like it. Before we get into the readings, of course, always like to make sure everyone knows what I'm giving away because it's Zen's crazy giveaway month. And here is the link. Every Tuesday, I do put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the following week, how you can get into the drawings, and any other giveaway news throughout the month of May, and then actually the first week in June, because of how it all falls. Um, I'm giving away more than 33 readings. I gave away some bonus ones. So, if you haven't won yet, there's still plenty more left. So be sure to check out the video, how you can get into it. And if, of course, you're subscribed, to make sure you have your all notification set in your notification settings. And then you'll get announcements of when I put out the videos, the winners, and then any of the other pick a cards and those, which segue into that. Every week I do give away, I put out at least one pick a card reading. Last week I put out two. This week, yesterday, I put out or Wednesday, what you need to know about love right now. It was really interesting. So if you want to check that out, I do have a ton of pick a cards and other free content on my main YouTube page. And then if I can't believe we're past the middle of May already, If you haven't checked out your May monthly readings, then this video here, link playlist, has it. And in this one, I actually bust out and list out all the planets and what area of the life the planet influences. So if you know your planet's sign, you can even watch the video for that to see that window. If you look at astrology as a big window, and like our sun sign is looking at the front door, and our moon sign's looking at the back door, and our Venus sign is the upper room looking over here, and it just gives us different viewpoints of looking out different windows in our life, and you can get a good picture of what's going on. So, and if you don't know your, your planet birth chart, there's free ones out there. I use astro.com. They just trustworthy, but of course you can use whoever you want. I'm not affiliated with them at all, but be sure to check them out because you can definitely have a lot of good information. All right, I think that is everything I wanted to mention there. Let me get my desktop all set up. We will get into the readings. If you are new to my channel or to these free readings, welcome, first of all. And how they work, for the free readings, I do go down first come, first serve in order of the chat. And so if you do want to have a reading, you just pop your question down in the chat, and I just will go down in order. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask just for general guidance or for general reading. Spirit knows what you're wanting. We'll pull cards, and they will speak to you that way. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I do step out of the free readings, prioritize those, and I pull more cards for those too. I dive deeper. And then once I'm done, I return back to where I left off and continue down the free readings until there's another donation, and then out and in and out and in. And that's how it goes. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat here, or at the pinned comment at the top and in the description box of the video. I do mention my Venmo, my Cash App, my Square, and PayPal. Yeah, PayPal. I keep calling it pen pal, but it's PayPal. I don't mind writing to you too, but if you want to make a donation, you can use PayPal. It's going to be fun today. And then dollar amount, I don't look at dollar amounts. I know every one of us, our funds and finances change from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So I don't look at that. Whatever you feel you're able to give, I honor that energy exchange, and we do that. All right. I think that's everything. I am going to be using the Light Seer Tarot today, which is one of my favorite decks. All my tarot are my favorite, though. They're like children. But I really like the symbology on these. So we'll be doing that. I do have a couple donations, so we will start there. Um, Thank you so much, Spring. You had donated already through Venmo. And then Shloka, you will be up next after that. So I am liking it. So, Spring, if you have not checked away the giveaway video from last week, you may just want to do that because you did win a 30-minute personal recorded reading for your monthly comment in Sagittarius. I have it all listed here. So that way, boom, boom, snap. So thank you for your donation today as well. So be sure to check that out. So you wanted to hear from Spirit today. All right, so let's take a look here, and let's see. So you wanted advice from Spirit. Oh, and I am so grateful for you as well. Thank you. You are the best. The best in you recognizes the best in me. All right, so let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, all right. Boom, 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 shakalaka. And then I did want to pull a Magic of You Oracle. See what they have here for you. Okay. And then they do want to give you one of these little making magic little cards too. So let's pull the cards and then we'll get into the reading here. All right. You did want to give one, right? All right, there it is. Patience. I know. I know. Okay. So your magic cards. So first you have detox. And I like that there for you. And it says cleanse and restore yourself. Card number 3. So I like that very much. The Empress, Mother Nature, Nurture card for you, taking care of yourself and making sure you're having rest and that you are taking care of you and you're not sacrificing yourself, your body, all that fun stuff. Social media, electronics, mind altering substances, food. All these can be toxic and damaging when overindulged. Detox says it is time to cleanse your body and soul, and rest is required now, especially in the matters of an overstimulated mind and emotions due to social media and smartphones. Communication in excess is toxic too. It is a time to be quiet and consider your authentic self and create space to heal and deal with life up to this point. That's what I did yesterday after I did everything that I needed to do in the appointments and everything. It was total quiet. Just be still. So the girl of detox here is lying down on a soft bed of shifting leaves, the carafe of liquor set aside for now. She has a wonderful life and her dreams are sweet, even when laced with fear, because she's not afraid of learning her lessons. They float from her subconscious like luscious pearls of bliss because she knows when to rest and retreat in order to expand within. Detox is also the card of dream interpretation. It's time to pay attention to your dreams. They're not just fleshing out your active brain, there are messages and signposts coming through to guide you. Yeah, so trust all the dream. I'm sure you've probably been dreaming. Yeah, all right, very good. Taking sugar out of your diet. Sacrilege. No, I'm just kidding. I tried to abstain from sugar until I get a whole cake and then I eat it and then I abstain from it again. But I love this for you. Pay attention to your dreams for sure. And you do have this little magic card here. You have the labyrinth. If you have a labyrinth near you, check it out or creating a labyrinth of some kind for you too. So, transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. So I like that. It reminds me of the one of the decks I use, the tarot, the Hierophant, going inward and discovering the true, authentic you. And then they want to go from right to left instead of left to right. So they're shaking things up. They're having you look at things and go about things in a reverse order than you normally would. You do have the Page of Swords, which is all about she's, balancing and walking on that Ace of Swords there, which is about connecting to the higher realm, seeing things from a different perspective. So I like that, going right to left instead of left to right, like I think it's Chinese writing or Japanese. They start at the very I think they start at the bottom and the right, and they go up and this way instead of the other way. And I feel like that's what's happening. They're like, go about it in a different way, almost what feels like opposite for you. It's opposite day. And so I like this, the Page of Swords, um, for you because you are connecting, like it talked about the labyrinth and lightning, going even further, going even deeper with this dreams and this toxicity here, um, that you're releasing. You're releasing fears, even though there might be your dreams might have a little lace of fear around them. That's okay. You're just slowly chopping away those things. Like they're showing me what is that, an avocado they're showing me? They're just showing me like a piece of fruit that had some brown on it that you can just slice off. There's still a great deal of fruit there. It's just you're cutting off the piece that has that's not ready. It's needs to be released. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So this makes sense here too with the 9 of Pentacles about you being with spirit in the garden. That's the hermit's journey. So definitely it's a time of rest, reflection, seeing your worth with spirit's help and with decisions to be made. Again, this is kind of opposite of what we're taught in life is close your eyes and open your heart. Trust your heart, allow your heart to have I was gonna say, usually it's have a equal seat at the table for your brain, but they're even saying just have your heart override your brain a little more, like give it, extra share instead of having it 50-50. It's 66-33 with that. So I like that coming through here. And then yeah, so as you release these fears, the 3 of swords are the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets. It is, the fear of failure, the fear of losing love, the fear of rejection, all those wonderful things. That's expectations equal disappointment. And this is what you're cutting away, with the Page of Swords. So you're cutting these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets away. And it does bring in new energy for you. It does bring in new passion. And I like this little reminder here too is whatever you focus on with this magic wand that you have is what grows and expands. And so if you focus on your fears, like what you feel is missing in your life, that's what we're taught to focus on our fears, like fear what will leave and what will come in. Always be hyper aware, right? Because animals will come and eat us. But it's a different time, and I feel like this is kind of the one of the reversal things they're doing is we look at life differently when we connect to the higher realms, when we connect to those things of unconditional love from up above, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, when we focus on what we're missing, we tell the universe, I really enjoy missing things. Can you give me more to miss? Or we focus on what we don't want in our life, where you tell the universe, I enjoy hating things in my life. Can you give me more things to hate? Sure, because our energy will repel things out of our life we fear will leave, and will draw in things we fear will come in, because that's our power. And so I love the detox, like you said, when we focus in on gratitude, we tell the universe, I really enjoy being grateful for things. Can I have more things to be grateful for? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. And of course, focusing on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, all of that grows and expands as well as what we focus on. So I like this. I like that there's decisions to be made, and as they're coming up here, there is this close your eyes and open your heart. But the big thing is spend as much time as you can with spirit, defining your worth in relationship to the outside world. I know our it seems like our life is a whole journey of connecting to the higher realms, connecting and remembering who we are, and using that Ace of Swords to slice away who we're not, right? Because we don't have to become perfect. We don't have to become more. We just have to discover the barriers we have created through fear, from us remembering who we are. So we already are a perfect mountain. We don't have to become different. We just get to wander around it and discover, oh yeah, these obstacles that I've built that keep me from seeing it. So I like it for you. So that is what they have for you right now. I like this coming in for you. So a lot of validation for what you're already doing, clarity, kind of blowing away some of the fog to go, yeah, 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 that's right. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm headed. And, just kind of more of an affirmation and validation for you. Nothing surprisingly new for you, I feel, in any of that, but more of an encouragement. And then, of course, you have your 30-minute person recorded reading too. So you can do that. And I'll be looking forward to getting that. So, again, thank you so much for your donation, Spring. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. And much love to you. All right. So, Sloka Sancher, you are up next. And let me take a look here. Did you ask your question up above? If not, pop your question down below. me just scroll up here to see since I haven't really looked over the list a whole lot yet here. Nope, I don't see it up there. So, Shloka, if you want to put your question down there while we're waiting, just for the sake of time. Um, Christy, thank you so much for your donation. I will leap up to you and then I'll go back to you, Shloka, once I see your question. So, Chris, do you want to know? You're just looking for whatever spirit wants to tell you. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. And again, if I didn't thank you, I already forgot if I thanked you for your donation, but I'd rather thank you twice than not at all. It's a good thing my mind doesn't have to be here, that I get to step out. All right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, I like this balancing that's coming in here because on the bookends you have four cards, and on either side you've got both the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. And these are good energies to have, bookending things, because one, it's a wonderful flow of giving and receiving. The four can be the four is very much this um stability in the outside world. If you think of like a table with four huge legs on it, I feel it brings in stability. And the Six of Pentacles is that you have enough coming in your life that you're able to give others too. And abundance, it can be money, it can be time, it can be ideas, it can just be being present. Whatever you feel you have a lot of abundance in and you want to help, to give. Both of these cards have um life lessons attached to them too, but they don't want to go into those because, one has to do with finding your worth from the inside and seeing the instability of the outside world. And the Six of Pentacles is about, going back and finding out the barriers to our giving. But I feel like you've had those messages before and you have them in your heart. And that's why they're like, we don't need to go into those. These are the fruits of the labor, as they say, of how you've invested into looking inward and upward for your worth and releasing some of these old limiting beliefs and out of balanced rate of exchange that you've looked into. So I really like those for you. And then in the middle, you have this wonderful balancing energy coming in with the King of Cups and the Seven of Cups. King of Cups is balancing heart and mind because the King, of course, they roll over the cups with the Queen, but all the kings are given a second portion of air. So they're both water, which is emotion, and air, which is thought. So a wonderful balance. And you can see this calmness that's coming in here, the sailing. It's like your life right now feels like it's sweet sailing instead of stormy waters. And where you might have felt a little bit of emotional confusion, which the Seven of Cups is usually that, it hasn't become a thing of fear where you are like afraid of what you want to choose. Now it's like this balanced thing of standing in an aisle wanting, a certain kind of grocery at the store or whatever, and you're just going, okay, so I can get that and I can get that. There's not like a fear of picking the wrong one. You're just going, so I wonder which direction do I want to go. And I feel like you're slowly have been, you know, eliminating things out of your life here to get down to, it's almost like a process of elimination of people being removed out, emotions being removed out. But I feel a very balanced approach to all of this because all three of these cards do represent balance in one way or another, coming in with six on three on each side, two on each side, and the king balancing both heart and mind. So I really like this for you. I feel like they're saying just continue. Do not be afraid of that you're letting go of people that you shouldn't, or emotions that you shouldn't, that it's okay, that you are right on track. You are having this balanced approach. You're not doing things all willy-nilly, if that is a word that you use. Um, but it's like, yeah, you are going about it in a very, very positive way. So I feel like that's the message for you. Very so far, these are very validating messages that are coming through of like you're doing it, you're in the right path, you're doing this, you're headed there. You know, well, we do have a new moon in Taurus today as well, and Taurus is a very grounding, earthy energy. And so we have this time for this newness in this new moon today. So take advantage of that beautiful new moon energy. Plant some beautiful seeds. All right. And that's what they have for you, Christy. So I love that for you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. And I really appreciate that. All right, Shluka, thank you so much. And I said, did you have that up above? It sounds familiar. Oh, you did have it up there. I'm so sorry. I totally bypassed that. I need more coffee, evidently, there. So thank you for putting your question again, Shluka, and my apologies. So, will you meet P tomorrow, and how is it going to go? All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know regarding that. You're very welcome, Christy. Have a great day as well. Hey, Kevin. All right, let's take a look here, Sluka. So, will you meet them tomorrow? Let's take a look here. And how will it go? All right. You know, I don't feel like tomorrow. I feel like it is going to be like rescheduled or delayed. Because we have the 5 of Pentacles where they're in the beginning, there is some emotion here of feeling left out and abandoned, left out in the cold, and kind of feelings of lack. And the 8 of Cups is, walking away from the emotions that don't serve you, and you're headed towards wish fulfillment. So I feel like they're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it there. Can we do it later, or tomorrow or next week or whatever? I feel like something comes up where there's a delay with with this energy here. But I do see here, that we do have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity, and the Seven of Wands is this is protected. You don't have to listen to, all of this, chick 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 type of people poking at your bubble. So don't allow any fears or anybody to say, "Oh, they're just going to blow you off or whatever blah blah blah." There's a good reason why it's being delayed, and that's good. So don't try not to take it personally. Let the emotions go of that whatever the stuff people have said, because you do have another opportunity to get together. And it feels very bright, as far as, because this is the outcome of tomorrow, and there is this, you know, that it's just going to be a little delayed, and it does end up being very, bright, because you're in this wonderful bubble, feeling very grounded and feeling this warmth, this bubble of love, and you're not letting people impact it here with those other wands trying to burst the bubble. So I like that for you. I know it's like, "Oh, no," but I almost feel like it's not like, "Okay, how about next week?" I don't feel like it's, like, that far out. I feel like they're, like, it's more delayed by hours, like, something happened and I have to take care of it, and then I'm can be completely, we'll do that, or we can do it tomorrow, and that way, I'll have all this whole big window, but this thing is urgent, and I feel like how you reply to it really helps the outcome too. The one's energy is your energy, and so if you can remain calm about it, then and understanding, which you are, just go, like you said, I understand, you know, please do that, and tomorrow will be great. And thank you for letting me know, and I'm excited, you know. So I like that for you. So that is what is coming through, Shloka. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your donation, and apologies again for overlooking it at the towards the top up there. And but Thank you, thank you. All right. So we'll continue with the. I have a couple more donations. So thank you guys so much for your donations. Sugar Rush, you are up next. And you want to know what was the connection between Sen and me? All right, let's take a look here and let's see what we've got going on here. So, what was the connection? Okay, anything else? All right, I guess so. All right, so let's take a look here. All right. So the first two cards that came in here, we've got the Queen of Cups here, which very intuitive, right? I mean, she rolls over water with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion of water. So she's the master of emotion. And this connection between you guys, I just feel it's like you really picked up their pain. And I feel like there's a part of you here that this nurturing part that is just really drawn to help them, you know? I just feel like not that there's this, hero, the hero inside of you wants to rescue him. I just feel like your intuition really picked up similarities and some past pain that you guys have had, that have been similar in your lives. It's almost like, what they're calling it something souls, where it's, you know, it's just basically I can't think of the word right now, but they're just like you have this commonality in the pain and in the experiences, and it just brings you into this wonderful, place. And I feel like you just pick up on it right away, and you're just like you just feel this clicking that's going on there. And then you have the Page of Pentacles, and this is about new opportunities, a new sense of worth here too. So I feel like there is going to be an opportunity here for you guys to interact more, but it is about both of you grasping this Ace of Pentacles, which is seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. I don't feel like this is like necessarily like a romance that's going to unfold. I almost feel like it's ships passing in the night in a way, which I'm not sure why it's that. But there's this, experiences, and you're able to do that. Oh, yeah, so that makes sense. So that makes sense why, and I was gonna say that too about it feels like you've known them before, but there is this commonality and this connection, so that makes total sense. And so I feel like you guys came into this lifetime to really go, oh, okay, let's help each other with this awareness. And so we've got the King of Swords, which so you've got the the master of emotion, and then you have the master of the mind, because not only does the king rule over and co-rule over the wands, the air with the queen, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, so he's double air. He's the master. So you got master of emotion and master of mind coming in too. I almost feel like they might be more mental, like intellectual and caught up into that. And there's this drawing together here, this opposites that help balance out each other here too. Um is he here in this lifetime? With the Eight of Wands, I don't feel like that they are yet. If they do, they'll be a baby soon, right? The Eight of Wands for me represents a lot of messages from spirit. So I feel like this Eight of Wands is more spiritual communication than it is human communication that's coming in there. Yeah. So it's a lot, and they'll be giving you all sorts of information in the out from the outside world. I feel like they are bringing in for you, especially. I feel like they'll give you flashes of a past lifetimes, but the intellectual piece, the king has the Ace of Swords, which allows them to connect to the higher realms to those truths that are rooted in capital T truths of unconditional love. And I feel like with your emotional and your psychic connection that you have with the Queen of Cups, that they're kind of bringing this wonderful, well, this balancing, right? We talked about the balancing of drawing things higher to understand your emotions, understand your gifts, give you clarity. Because sometimes we'll have so many emotional messages that come in. It takes time for our brain to translate them, but I feel they're giving you just a wonderful, wonderful, like not downgrades, downloads, upgrades with downloads, not downgrades. They're downgrading things, but no, they're it's downloads that are coming in. So that is what is coming in for you right now, Cherry. So I like that. I like that communication between the two of you. Definitely that past life there. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. I briefly, before I jumped on, I saw you replied about allergies and stuff, and I do want to find out more about that. So I'll reach out to you. I think I have your email. If not, if you want to send any links you have around the Buddhist approach or the to allergies and stuff, I have been having them all my life, so I am totally on board with transforming those. So if you want to do it to my bruddaZEN at gmail.com, it's listed in the description box. I'd love to hear it. All right. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Sugar Rush. All right. So up next we have I still have a few more donations. Thank you guys for your patience. I will get to the free readings. Um Shivani Rawal, I probably am murdering that. So my apologies, Shivani. Your question is, what are Vidit's feelings towards you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what is coming through there. All right. All right. Let's take a look. Let me just take a quick sip here. All right. Thank you so much, Cherry. All right. Let's take a look here. So Priyanka, not Priyanka, Shivani, sorry. Priyanka, you're next. And then Melody. All right. So Shivani, um, it's interesting here. I feel like there is like this delay, and you probably are like, you ain't kidding. So we've got the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups can represent nostalgia or past life connection here. And so their feelings for you feel like they are, you know, there's just this um draw, like their feelings feel like they are ignited from earlier in life. Either you remind them of someone in their life, or there is this past life connection, because there is this familiar feeling that they have about you. So if they were in your past in this lifetime in some way, then that is what it is. Although I feel like there's also some past life connections that are coming in that I don't feel like they understand as much as you might be. You're like, yeah, I feel that and I know it, but I don't think they get it. Not yet. Um, because they do have here the reason there's a couple of reasons why I'm talking about things feel like they're taking a long time, because the temperance card is here, which is all about the cycles, and it takes time for the tempering to happen, a base metal turning into gold, and going that direction there as well. So I feel like there is this pause, and things um are going slow here. I feel like they do have emotion here, because of the Six of Cups, but I feel like what's in their mind is what is keeping them from moving forward, for them for to say things, because this delay is allowing them to look into the Seven of Swords, which is their thought and their belief and their mindset around deception, being deceived, their own mindsets that are have deceived them, and how they've been felt cheated in life. Um, so there's these definitely this obstacle with the seven. It's an obstacle of thought and belief that's keeping them from moving forward, but that's what they're working on here too. Which at the same time, we also have a similar message with the hanged man here, which is also a delay card. So, when I get these cards, or like the Knight of Pentacles, there's some other cards that are about slow and delay. It happens on purpose for us, which is, why these things are happening for them. But also, this is like it's almost like this is saying this is happening for them, this delay, but this delay is happening for you because you are also connecting to higher ways of thinking of things. You're cutting away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you. And so it's like there's a delay in emotional movement and expression of feeling because both of you are in a transformative time in your life, that it's important to remove and cut away some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted around relationship and love and really a lot of things in life, that we fear rejection, we fear failure, we feel losing that conditional love, right? And so there's this, both of you are working and looking at fears, although I have to, of course, point out that your progress is like you're going zoo, 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 and they are kind of, it's taking them a little longer to do it. So that's why you kind of have to have some patience with them as they're working through their fears and just use yours to go higher and higher and higher and higher, because it just allows you, it's a win-win for you because part of the delays is you are connecting higher to your love vibration, your self-love, which allows not only a beautiful connection to this unconditional love from above, but it expands your ability to give and receive love in greater amounts in the human world too. So that their feelings for you, I feel the Six of Cups, there is this familiarity, there is this connection, but I feel like it's all being held captive by their brain right now with all the swords energy there. So that's what the energy currently is, Shivani. So hopefully that helps understand what's happening there and just continue to work on your self love while you're waiting for them to work on theirs. So that is what they have. So many, many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So Priyanka, you are up next here. And let me see if you asked your question up above here. If you have not yet, pop it down below. Let me just scroll up here and hopefully I won't look past it like I did Shloka. So sorry. So I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it there. I don't see it there. Ah, okay. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much. And so you were asking here, what are Alka's feelings for you? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Those and what else? All right. All right. So Alka's feelings here, they I don't know, this the energy that I'm picking up from them here, there is some emotion that I'll talk about here in a moment in some of the other cards that popped out. But I feel like they are at this huge place in their life. The Nine of Pentacles is them kind of turned inward on this hermit's journey about their worth. And the 10 of Wands is a lot of burden, a lot of energy they invested on this trail they've been on, and they're ready for this change. It's almost like they've been investing so much energy in the outside world, like, you know, school and job and family and this and that and that. They're exhausted and they're just ready to stop investing so much of their energy into like 10 different directions, which is the 10 of wands. It's like, oh my gosh, How can you do that? You only have 2 ends of the candle to burn, but you're burning 10. How exhausting, right? They're burning all their candles down. And so they're ready for this change here with that 9 of Pentacles. I feel like they're ending a lot of things in the outside world, especially with the Queen of Pentacles coming in here. I feel like they're having some things, with these 2 come to fruition. 10 of Wands can be about harvest as well. And I feel like with the combination of all these, they've been investing so much, and now it's like maybe they're graduating and they're getting the job, and the everything's kind of calming down more now, and this is what they've been waiting for because they have had no time and no energy that they wanted to invest. And this is the emotion I was talking about here with the Page of Cups. They do have emotion towards you here in their heart, but they've been waiting to take it to the next level up here because they did want all of this. This was all in the way first here. So I feel like they will be moving towards this and sharing it towards you here, because we've got some balanced communication coming in here with the Justice card and with the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset, letting some old things go, movement. But swords are communication too, and this is what is coming here, coming through, is that they will be bringing you some balanced communication. Things will be, now that things are balancing out, they're having time to reflect, see what they do want, and make movement on it, regarding love, especially with the water here. It's this movement, of across around their emotions. So I feel like they're finally at a point where they've checked off a lot of things in their brain, and that, Justice card is also the balancing of their higher thinking and their fears, and they're getting things where they feel now they can go to the next step and start looking at love. It's like almost on the list of their list of things to do. They have to, like, I have to do school, I have to find this job, I have to be this, I have to have this certain amount of things, I have to be this with my family. And once all of that is done and done, then I get to think about my heart. It's like the heart is low on their list, on their to-do list. And now they're getting down to that in their life. And they're so ready for it too. So I feel like they do have, that Page of Cups does represent this new love feeling and this attraction, and they do have emotion, but all that that's been holding them back is falling away. It's like the clouds are clearing and the sun is coming out. Just going to be a little while longer before they express it, but I do see that coming through. So that's what they have for you, Priyanka. So many blessings to you. Appreciate the donation. All right. And Melody, you are up next. And hello, hello. All right. And there you go. So there's your question. Thank you. You want to know what are Azam's current energy towards you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what is going on here with Azam's energy towards you, of course. All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Okay. So I do see here they kind of are on this, I don't know, are they a Gemini? I just feel like they've got this energy here, Melody, of, they've got on one hand this hermit journey. The Two of Swords is kind of like their indecision. They have this feeling of like, I want to be alone, I want to be by myself, I want to do my inner journey, but bam, I also want to be out here with this, ones who, is fiery and out there and extroverted and, gets things done, connection to spirit. I feel like this is you and this is them, right? So they're torn between, having their alone time and doing this. And I just kind of feel like um they have been at this point of indecision, and they feel like they have to make a choice. But I like that they're realizing they can do both, right? That they don't have to be one or the other. that, we've got here. They can step into their magic, they can be the magician, they can allow their fire to be expressed. And we have the sun card here too, which is, very fiery, very victorious, very bright and out in the open. They're like, I can be out here, but excuse me, but I can also take my alone time when I want it too. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. And I like that that's what's coming in here is they're overcoming this again, the stage fright. That's funny. But the sixes, they're understanding balance, balance of their energy, balance of their thoughts and mindsets. And there is this movement from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. They're okay to be seen, but they're okay to, go on their emotional journeys as well. So I just feel like they go back and forth and that they're okay with it. I just feel like there's been this, change of how they're looking at things. And I love all this balancingness. This indecision is becoming it's almost like the indecision is falling away because they're realizing I don't have to decide. I don't have to, be all or nothing. It keeps on coming in. I don't have to be all or nothing. I can be me and that's enough. So I feel like this is their current energy towards you is that they're understanding you more, that you aren't demanding. You're not like you don't have to be out here, with me everywhere. I'm okay with you wanting to be at home and me being out and about, or that I can be also with you there, but I can't. You're like the sun. You can't dim your light, but the sun can set and they can have a nice sunset. But boy, the sunrise, boom, get out of my way. So I like this. I like that they're understanding some of their fears um, around interactions with you is that it's the recognizing their power within them that wants to be expressed. And it's scary because I feel like you're very confident and you really show your light and you shine bright, and they're afraid to do that because of their past. And I feel like that's what they're working through here is that I don't have to be you, but I like what I see in you. And, the power in you is igniting the power in them. And I feel like, kind of everyone's a mirror, right? That some of the hermitiness in them, that you like that too, but that you also don't have to choose. Doesn't have to be all or nothing. That, what? I can be an introvert when I want to be an introvert, but I feel like you get your energy more from maybe the outside world, and interacting and sharing your bright light, seeing your sunshine shine on people's lives more than the other. So that's what I feel is coming through right now, Melody. Hopefully that resonates. But that is what they have. So many, many blessings to you, sunshine. All right. And again, thank you for your donation. All right. And let me just take a look here and see. I think here, make sure I didn't bypass anyone. Bianca, yeah, we did that one. All right, Nova Rodriguez, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. And let me just make it here. So after James, I did get another Agate. All right. So it'll be Nova and then James. And then I did have Renee. You came through in my email. And then Mila, you'll be after that. So thank you guys so much for your donations. And thank you guys, all you individuals waiting for a free reading. I will get to you, and I'll probably be on a little longer than normal. I'll make sure we get through some free reading. So hang in there. um, so thank you. So Nova, you want to know, what are you expressing through your voice and music? Oh, wow. I love that. Let's take a look here and see. So what emotions and energy are you expressing through your voice and music is what you mean. All right, yeah, I get it. Beautiful. So what emotions and energy are you expressing through your voice and through music? Okay, anything else? Okay, let's take a look here. Wow. All right. Wow, so much. And I really feel like that your energy that you're expressing through your voice and music touches everyone in so many different ways. I love this because so we've got like the 9 of cups, which is like this emotional explosion that comes in. Um, because then you have the 8, you have 2 eights here. Like it's like the lyrics just really um it just has this reflective, you just spark this reflection upon themselves, but also it's like this releasing energy because you're showing people like some limiting beliefs and thoughts and mindsets, these that are restriction, and it's like it brings hope here with this 9 of cups, which is wish fulfillment. And it's like you start off with them reflecting this. There's just like this flood of emotional energy that comes in that sparks this reflection, but then it also allows them to have the 8 of wands, which is a lot of it spawns like spiritual messages too. I just feel like it's almost a lot of the stuff happens, within the lyrics, but I feel even more floods through um at an emotional energy level, if that makes sense, where it's just like spirit is just taking this energy, and because you're singing, and the music and the expression is from your heart, that it just and from your own pain and from your own strength and your own um like the overcoming of things, that it just, I mean, I'm getting goosebumps. I just feel like it just floods through. And here comes here too. You have the page of wands, which is this energy, this bright energy. It's like this hopeful, brightful energy. Brightful. I'm making up words now, but it is. It's like this energy that comes through, but it also helps transform thoughts and beliefs and mindsets here, with these. So I just feel like I'm going to try to have all of these here. Kind of want this to be the center of it here, because you have all of this that comes in, um, for it, but it feels very empowering. It just feels very, um, and like I said, it impacts different people different ways. But I feel like that is kind of like the common thing that happens. Um, there's like this immediate, just people just go like, wow, as soon as the music starts, there's this whoosh, and people just feel it. They're just like their hair starts to raise on their neck and their arms and legs, and they just start going, what is what is about to happen? There's just like this whoosh. And then when the voice and the words come, there's like, even though the words are saying something, the emotional energy is doing something completely different for them. So I like this. I like this energy, but I love the 8 of wands being the center because it's like your guides and your spiritual posse when you use your throat chakra, which is also, if you're playing music with your arms, that's also at your throat chakra. So as you're playing instruments and singing, all of that is sending out this vibration of love from your heart. And it just helps transform things. It's almost like you help people process emotions through your music and your singing, and they don't even realize it's happening. And they just afterwards, I just feel like people aren't the same after they listen to your music. So please link that here for all of us. Because I love this energy. So that is what is coming through, Nova, and I love that. So please, please, please share that. If you have a link to a website, or if it's on your page, let us know. and we will definitely, I want to check it out. All right. And that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you again. Thank you so much for your donation and for sharing your gift of music with the world and of your voice, of course. All right. So that is what they have for you. Oh, wow. I didn't see all the stuff you were typing down here. Let me just make sure here. Oh, perfect. Very good. Yeah. And I didn't even see everything that you were typing till just now. So Spirit knew what you were asking. Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. All righty. All right. So up next we had James Helen. Hey, James. Thank you again for your donation. And you like a love update. Where are Patty J and you headed? Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. Okay, and what else? All right. Anything else? Alrighty. So I like this energy that's coming in here for you, James. It's definitely there's this the Four of Pentacles is a strong foundation in the outside world, but there is also this energy that you guys are really learning that the outside world is unstable and you're really turning inward and upward, and again, inward and upward with the Page of Cups, finding the love that you guys are searching for from within. And I feel like this is a big important piece because it does release these these energies that have held you both back in the past. And let me explain it because we've got here the 3 of swords, which is the expectations equal disappointment. It's the heartbreak of the past. So part of the transformation that we have is when we expect the outside world to be our fulfillment and to have us feel this wholeness and this fullness, right? We are disappointed because what the only thing that will fill us up is this Ace of Cups from up above, which we find, through that Four of Pentacles experience. And so we start to have this transformation when we release everyone from these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts about who they're supposed to be in a relationship, who we're supposed to be in a relationship, what a relationship is supposed to be, what it's supposed to do for us, blah, 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 right? But it continually disappoints us in the outside world. And we have this fear of rejection, this fear of failure, these fears of losing that conditional love. But the more that we turn inward and upward and we connect to this higher love, the more all this energy we were investing in the outside world to complete us comes back to us. So, there's like this the energy of the relationship, the energy of what's happening in between you, it's transforming and it changes things of how you see things in the outside world when you do this because rather than you feeling like you're falling short and they're falling short and the relationship is falling short and the world is falling short, when we find what we're looking for on the inside, we feel full and everything on the outside instead of being lacking is now above and beyond extra, which feels like abundance and overflowing. It changes our interactions with people, especially those that we are wanting to have partnership with, right? Because what happens, this is interesting, that you know, we all pick up on each other's energies. That's how we're all designed. And when even if we don't say it, if I'm looking at you going, "You're not being who I want you to be," "I need you to be this," and you're not, you're picking up on it. And it's almost like or sometimes people that's why relationships don't, after a while, they can't hold it in and we explode, right? Blah, 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 you're not this. Well, you're not that. Well, you're not this. Well, you're not that. When we change on the inside, then that changes the energy we're putting out or the words we're speaking. And we're like, wow, you know what I appreciate about you is that you do this. We're not focusing on how they're lacking. We're focusing on who they are. We're not focusing on what we're lacking. We're also focusing on who we are above and beyond. And so it changes the whole relationship instead of this fear that I'm going to, not live up to what someone wants or live up to what I think I'm supposed to. It's this beautiful abundance that comes in here. So that you're both going through this transformation, you're turning more inward and upward, which is expanding your self-love, and then it also expands the ability to love and give and receive love in the outside world, which is represented with these two cards. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles, here's the giving and receiving, both upward to yourself, to your higher self, but also that opens up to be this wonderful give and receive with a partner. So I love that this is helping overcome these. The Six of Pentacles can be codependency awareness cards. It helps us overcome this codependent type of energy that's there, which, not it's intra dependence in a way. That is the how things are harmonious, is that I fill up and I give to you, and you're filling up and giving to me. We're filling up from the inside. We're not like, I'm giving to you and you're not giving to me, and now I feel empty and resentful and hateful, or vice versa, or both. It's this wonderful feeling of being full within. You fill up and they get overflow. They are filling up from in, getting an overflow, and both of you feel full, and you're given this overabundant feeling instead of feeling like you're these empty barrels that are never full and exhausted, and that's where that bitterness and resentfulness comes in, because we feel we're sacrificing for everyone else, right? So I like that this is changing here, and you do have the Wheel of Fortune, which, so to end with a good on a very positive, beautiful, hopeful note, right? The 10 of the Wheel of Fortune is that the wheels are turning. You are moving towards this beautiful, beautiful fullness and wholeness where both your human sides even feel it is fortunate. It's the tune of four, right? The four tune, the fortune, and everything in life always happens for us. Just sometimes our human side does not has a hard time getting on board with it. It's like, why is that for me? Well, you won't realize it till later in life, or maybe once we're back on the other side. But when the Wheel of Fortune comes in, even our human side is like really pleased with the outcomes. So I like this for you, and it is headed in that direction. They're just having you continue to focus on that higher love, inward and upward, because that is how it makes your relationship harmonious and comes together. Because what kind of relationship wouldn't flourish if every day I just honestly and sincerely tell you what I love and appreciate about you, not focusing on how you're not living up to what I want you to be, right? That one, the other one, woohoo, right? So that's what's coming through, James. Hopefully that is helpful. That is what they have for you. So many blessings. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then we did have a donation. So, Renee, you are up next here. And I do see that you made two donations there. So, we will complete those. And then Mila, you'll be up next. And then Natalia after that. So, thank you guys so much for all your donations. I appreciate it. Supporting the bruddaZEN food program. So, thank you. All right. So, Renee, thank you for your donations here. I am doing much better today. I had a forced R&R yesterday, which is good, because if I don't listen and balance, spirit does say, well, here, let's just give you a timeout. And I'm like, thank you. Nap time. All right. So that's what is good. Hopefully you are doing well. All right, so let's take a look here and check in on your mama, number one here, and see what is going on with her. Okay, and of course, I know, right? Rest is important. Of course, when we ask about anything medical, I always have to say, anything legal, lawyer, medical, psychological, all that. I'm not licensed. And of course, tarot is designed to be for entertainment purposes. Everyone has to make their own decisions, and we encourage everyone to seek professional, licensed medical, support, of course. All right. So let's take a look here and see what is going on with Mama. All right. Well, we've got a lot of major arcana going on here. So she is definitely having a significant change here. We've got the magician and the page of swords. So there is this thinking, and it was just 1 11 11 in here. And here's the magician. New beginning, this new start, this new brightness. Um, so this is about mindset and seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away fears. And the magician card, I feel like it's important if you can communicate with her to really look at how where are they um, focusing their energy, right? Because when we focus in on our fear and our pain and anything else going on with us, we feed it and make it grow bigger because we're telling the universe, I really enjoy feeling this pain and suffering and things I hate in my life. Can you bring me more? And they're like, okay, because that's what we're focusing on with our energy, right? Um, but I like all this changing that's going on here because um, with all of that, it's saying focusing on what she's grateful for, because then, the universe hears us saying, I enjoy being grateful for things. Can I have more things to be grateful for? And boom, they do. They bring it. In here, we've got the Lover's card, the power of emotional choice. We've got the World card, ending of old cycles, beginning of new. So all of that, newness and all this page and new thinking, new energy, all is coming in here. And it just feels like there's this, it's very important for her to realize what it is that she wants to grow with her energy. The more she focuses in on unconditional love and joy and laughter and gratitude, the more that. But if we focus in on our fears, then which is what we're taught, that's our habit in the beginning, right? We grow and expand that. And they're having her. I feel like she's in this place in her life where she's really being drawn inward here to discover the capital T truth of who she wants to be and who she really is and what she wants out of life. So I feel like she's in this wonderful inner kind of reflection around her spirituality too. So I feel like all of this just goes hand in hand together here for that. So I feel like things are she's in this inner journey and she's getting these ahas, and you might not even need to tell her all of that, because I feel like she's understanding that whatever she focuses on grows, but it doesn't hurt. Just as a reminder in the moment, say, "Hey, mom," if you talk to her, and that this is, something that I've been learning. No, I feel like everything is positive there with all of this, but it's important that she focus on what she's grateful for and not, you know, it's like if I focus on that my foot hurts, my the pain in my foot gets more and more and more, and I suffer more and more because all my energy is making it grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And, but if I focus on what I'm grateful for, like I'm so thankful that my left foot is not hurting and that I have two eyes that see and this and this and this. My gratitude expands and this shrinks and and that grows. So that's important. Right. So that's number one. Number two, as you saw. So what are Jay's energy? since you saw him on Wednesday. All right, let's take a look here and see where they are at. All right, let's see what we got here. That's funny. So the judgment card normally is, the calling of but I saw this and all I heard from your guides, I'm in heaven. So they feel like they're in heaven. It's like almost like an out of body experience. And we got the 3 of cups, which is joy and celebration and all of that. And then of course the thinker in them, the 5 of swords, they're working through, mindsets and fears, any kind of conflicts that they have here. So I don't feel like you guys are having any conflict of thought and beliefs or anything like that. I feel like this is all mental for them, that they're just processing, because I feel like they haven't had anything like this before, and or neither of you, right? Quite honestly, and I just feel like there's um, working through the fear of when's the other foot going to drop, and can it really be this? Can it really be this amazing? And when am I going to see crazy arise? I used to tell my friends, don't jump into relationships. Just look, just watch and watch, because you're like, oh, there it is, crazy. I see it. Because of the kind of people that my friends were choosing at the time because of their self belief. But that's what this fear is like I've thought before that, these things were amazing and look how they turned out. How's this going to turn out? And I feel like there's just this figuring out going on in there, is what they're thinking, but their heart is going woohoo, but their mind, of course, has to be like, all right, let's just, let's let's not go crazy about it. Let's not, but all our, like jump 150% in, yeah. Okay, so that's what they have. And then your third question on your second donation there was, oh, that you gifted them a journal. Maybe that's the thinking part. You're encouraging him to get his thoughts out on paper, right? Is it like in what was it? There Harry Potter, one of those where they write in the journal. No, maybe it wasn't that. It was another movie where they would write in it, and then someone, because they gifted everyone pens, they could see what everyone was writing. Is that what you did? I'm just kidding. So let's take a look here. What did they think about your gift that you gave them there? Your guides are being funny. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah. It's like a nightmare. No, journals are my nightmare. No, this is that they like that. I mean, we've got like because they've got this 8 and 9 of swords here, and the high priestess, mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing themselves, reflection. They are a reflective individual. I feel like they're usually in their minds a lot anyway, and I feel like that they'll enjoy using the journal for their self-reflection, there, because they like seeing things from a higher perspective. Here's all the writing, seeing all the words written there in the 4 of Pentacles. It brings in a solid foundation. So I feel like they thought this was a good gift here for sure, and they really like that. So I feel like they will use it. Um, and I feel like they feel it will help them transform things and be a great tool for reflection, because of course, here's them looking and reflecting upon themselves. So I feel like they're a big thinker, anyway. So I think they with all these here, I feel like they were like, wow, um, cool, And I just feel like they don't know what this means. I feel like, well, why did they give me a journal? But that's part of them, right? And then the other part of them is just like, I'm going to use the heck out of this thing. So I like it. I like that energy coming through there. And that's what they have for you, Renee. So thank you again so much for your donations. And I'm excited for your future readings. I know you're waiting for some things to happen. And I'm ready. I'm ready for when you are. All right. So that is those. And then we had left off on here with Mila Mila. So thank you so much, Mila, for your donation. And you want to ask Felipe's true feelings for you when he received the sketch you sent him weeks ago. You wonder if your gesture still affects him, as there's no contact at the moment. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what is going on here with Felipe and your sketch. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. All right. So I do see here, we have got the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, and oh my gosh, the Knight of, I mean, sorry, the King of Swords. And with all of this here, I mean, I do see here they have they definitely have like emotion and passion for you, but they are just so focused on right now. They're super, super in their mind here. This King of Air, not only do they co-rule over the air with the Queen of Swords, but all the kings are given a second portion of air. So this specific king is the master of thought, and they're like way up into their head. So I don't know if they happen to be an air sign, but they definitely are in their head thinking, 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 and they are in this place in their life right now of self care, mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing themselves, focusing on their abundance, focusing on their inner worth, which has them here with the Knight of Pentacles, things moving very, very slow in their life. They don't express things very quickly right now in their life, if they ever did, but they are moving slow with us here. Um, like I said, they do have this love feeling for you, and the Eight of Wands, a lot of passion here, but this Nine of Wands, again, this is the barrier that's holding them back. They've got a lot of emotional, mental type of things that are these forest fields. Their inner child has these um, um, big forest fields that are up, keeping them back. What this tells me is that they have trouble receiving things from others. Um, I feel like this is a lot of Six of Pentacles energy too, which takes us back to their earlier years, 7 years old and younger, where they had to give and give and give and give and give and get very little back. And when someone gives them something, they just feel like if they feel like they have to give 1,000 love coins first, and someone else and then they get one coin back. With you giving them a sketch, you just put them in debt 1,000 coins, and they feel like I don't have it to give. I can't give that much because of this imbalanced, out of balance love rate of exchange that they have. They just don't feel like they can give it. And so when you gave that to them, um, they appreciate it, but they have this struggle with their self-worth, and that's where the no connection comes from, because they feel like I don't have all that to give, and this generous gift that you sent them, I feel like it did express emotion to them about how you feel about them, and it's like, oh my gosh, I I don't know what to do. It kind of freaked them out. Not because of the low self-worth they have about themselves, if that makes sense, Mila. So, there is this emotion and this passion there, but, we've got the barrier that they have up here that's not allowing them beyond it, and the Knight of Pentacles is they're in a reflective mode, which I like that they're looking into things. It did spark them into deep thought and deep reflection about their worth, but the Knight of Pentacles does show that's gonna be a while because they need to do that, and whenever we get, of course, when we're talking about relationship or interactions with others and we're getting any kind of the slow and patient, it's gonna be a while cards. It's always spirit saying it's happening for us though, so that while they're working out their stuff, we can be working on our own. What is my rate of love exchange? Do I feel it's one to one, or is there do I always feel I have to overgive to be able to receive? What are my self-love thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and emotions that I can leave behind that no longer serve, so that I can have a more open flow as well. So that is what is coming through right now, Mila Mila. So hopefully that helps. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Very slow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you are very welcome, Mila. So hopefully that understands where they're coming from and allows you to go, you know what? I can't do anything about them. Let me just worry about me. And because I can invest energy in raising my love vibration. So yeah, I like it. All right. So hang in there again. Thank you so much. All right. So Natalia, I believe you are up next here. Let me just make sure I didn't scroll too far. No, there we are. So Natalia, what is coming towards you? Oh, ho, ho. Let's take a look here. What is coming towards you? What does Spirit want you to know is coming? I'm going to take a quick sip here. All right. And I do also want from the heart affirmation card for you. All right. So let's see what we got here, Natalia. We've got, ooh, okay. Well, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which means you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears here, which it's like an apprentice who has done the work or someone who studied, and now you're getting the degree, the apprentice becoming the master. You've been putting in it, and there's is going to be movement in your outside world that is coming up. Yeah. And let's take a look here and see what this is. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Because you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity opening in the outside world. In the Three of Cups here, dual thing. One is that whatever opportunity that this is coming in the outside world does bring you significant amount of joy, and it can also be connecting you to like a group, a community, your tribe. So you are connecting here, and it is bringing this opportunity to connect to, at least a small group of individuals that are so in tune with your same energies that you're just like, oh my gosh, finally, I found, people that I don't have to explain myself to. They just get me because they are that way too. I like that. Also, this represents your spiritual posse. So you also have these opportunities coming up to connect to your invisible support team that you have on the other side, your invisible tribe of your guardian angel and your angels and your spirit guides and your loved ones on the other side and your ancestors and unicorns and fairies and leprechauns, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. That's what they have for you too. So I really like that. Whatever you've been working on, this fruition is coming in the outside world. So if it has been working towards a job, relationship, whatever it is, you've been putting in the effort, it is unfolding for you. I feel like so much of this is spiritual for you because you do have the hermit and the high priestess, which are both individuals who step away from the world and make sure they spend time connecting to their higher selves and their posse to help guide them on their path. And the high priestess goes into her high priestess temple and connects to the upper realms, goes behind the veil, dives deep into her own consciousness and subconsciousness. So there is here definitely an important spiritual transformation that comes in with all of this here. And it just because you're changing on the inside and you've been doing all this important inner work and this important connection to the spirit world, all of it is just flooding out into the outside world too and drawing things to you. You know, you've been focusing on unconditional love in the spirit world. And so that's been expanding, and all this gratitude and all this energy just floods out and sparks things up in a beautiful way in your outside world too, which I really like. And then you're from your heart card. See if I can get it to focus here. Here it is. And it says, I am blessed, a living and loving expression of the eternal union. So, exactly as I was just saying, all this beautiful union you're having with the eternal is flooding out into the outside world because, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And so, as we've been changing, the world transforms in our, both in our physical eyes and our spiritual eyes. But then the physical world does start changing around us because as we're focusing on those things, it does, bring more of it to us as well. So I like that for you, Natalia. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. And then Nova Rodriguez, thank you for your donation. And so, did you have additional question there as well? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your second donation. So, should you refine your raw and raspy singing voice? What are the messages from spirit about your throat voice? Okay, yeah, let's take a look here and see what advice they have around uh, the throat. All right, let's see what this is about here. I feel like you get a making magic. Well, that makes sense. It's like you're casting spells with your voice, right? What is that song? Casting a spell on you. All right. All righty. There's always reflection, right? I mean, we've got the devil card here. Um, oh, I hear you. I hear you. um, so, you know, something that you might look into here. The devil card is like Saturn and it's shaking of our cage and stepping into our power here. You might look into what throat issues or like phlegm allergy types of things are. There's like a good let's see here. Do I have the book right here? Maybe. No. It's if you even if you just Google spiritual meaning for allergy or phlegm or different things like that, you'll be drawn to see what is it. There might be some emotional things that we can release. I know with my allergies, um, you know, they act up in certain situations, even outside of like normal, like seasonal and different things. Like sometimes my allergies will act up in different ways, like especially if I'm feeling I'm not, yeah, you know, um, uh, like the throat chakra is not being able to express your truth. You're feeling you have to refrain your truth. So I feel like with the devil card and the page of wands, they are saying, you know, be aware of those things and um, No, I haven't, love, I haven't started the free readings yet. I've been having a lot of donations today, so it'll be a while, but I haven't even started on those. So hopefully soon. um, but sorry, Nova. So the definitely look into and reflect on some of those things. I mean, there are physical things here. You have the yeah. Yeah, definitely here, study here, voice. You have power, that you can put towards this. This is the study. This is studying and putting in some work around your voice. Um, I don't know a ton about it, but what I'm feeling is like there's things that you can do because depending on how you use your voice, you can hurt your throat depending on where you're focusing. I was in a men's chorus like years and years and years ago, and they told us about placement and where we where we place it. If we place it too much in our throat, then we can damage our throat or hurt our throat and hurt our voice instead of where we place it, in our upper and our lower and all that. So, what I would say here, and you might even look into here, I feel like the Queen of Wands here represents someone, maybe a vocal teacher, someone who does voice, and reach out. If you feel guided and that a music teacher or a voice teacher, definitely, look into that because you can, and there's even some online too. Um, you know, that and you might even just Google it or search for it on YouTube, because there's a lot of them that talk about voice placement. And so I feel like that's important with those two cards coming out, and I feel like there is someone that can aid you in that because some people have a raspy voice and it's just natural. But if we're, it's like if we growl a lot, it can impact our throat. Um, and I don't feel like it's anything that's like uh, damaged, but I feel like there's a it's important for you to look into that because you have the Queen of Pentacles, self-care, mother nature, mother nurture, nurture yourself, care for yourself. And the King of Pentacles is abundance here, so there is this earthy and groundiness here, so definitely it's worth the investment, whoa, to you know um consult like a voice teacher or research and connect with someone that teaches voice. Either, like I said, videos, books, whatever, but really look into it because that's important. And then your magical card here is the Philosopher's Stone, which says powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. So, yeah, definitely you have this ability here with all these wands, these Page of Wands and Queen of Wands. They're saying you have a gift. So, um, yeah. So definitely just reach out, both look at emotional and spiritual reasons, but then also the physical reasons as well. So I'm liking it for you, Nova. Supernova. All right, so that is what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation, I greatly appreciate that. And KDP, hello, hello. So you, I believe, will be my last donation. I think I have not left anyone behind, and then we'll start on the free readings. Um, KDP, you want to know, will Jordan go to a comedy with you on May 24th? All right, let's take a look here and see what, based on current energies, are they going to be going there? All right. I feel like that not this one. I feel like and I laughed because there's totally about like next time reschedule type of thing. Whoa, sorry if I hit my microphone. Still working. Hello, hello. Okay, good. um So we have the 10 of wands, which is like a burdened, overburdened feeling, and here's the lack and feeling abandoned, um, and out in the cold, left behind. I feel like there's all this stuff on here. We've got the four of wands, which is joy and celebration and gathering. So it's like I feel like they want to go, but I feel like they're just going to be so exhausted, and there's going to be so much that happens here that they're not able to do that there. So I feel like that the 24th may not work out there, but the second group of cards here, we've got the Empress, the birthing, the new birth, thing that comes in, and again, new communication, new idea. Both the Page of Wands and I'm sorry, the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords is all of this here. So there's this um different that thing that it's a different communication, a different idea that ends up being more fruitful around it. So I feel like maybe May 24th is just too soon. And then so you saying June 24th would be the next time, or you're meaning June 24th? Spirit knows what you were meaning if you were meaning a different date, but yeah. But I just feel, yeah, that the original one, they just end up feeling so tired, and just it just feels like they don't have enough, and they wanna be able to be joyful and celebrate it and have the gathering. They're just like, I just can't. I've got all this other stuff, and, I wanna it's like they wanna be present, and they wanna have energy and not just be like, um contribute to a bad time. They wanna be contributing to a good time. So, I feel like not the first one, but the second one. Yeah. So, May 24th, I feel like they won't, because there's a lot going on, and maybe even it just gets changed anyway, but June 24th, I feel is the second thing, which is much more birthing and creative and harvesty and nurturing and a much better time. So that is what is coming through, and maybe all the flooding and the hail and all the weather will be better. I know we've been having fun weather in Colorado. All right. So that is what's coming through, KDP. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. All righty. And anyone else that was asking if we had done the reading, if it was a free reading, I have not done those yet. I just finished up all the donations. So thank you guys so much, all of you that have donated. It definitely helps the bruddaZEN food program so that I can eat. And I am so grateful. So thank you guys so much. And we will scroll up. And I know not everyone's able to donate, and that's why I love doing free readings. So I just want to make sure for the people that are don't feel bad if you're not able to. I know if you make it big in the world, that you'll remember us. All right. So Dajona, you are the first free reading, and you want to know what energy do you give off? All right, let's take a look here and see. So what just spirit wants you to know about the energy that you give off. All right. All right. Well, I like this energy here. It feels very free. It's like this free flowing energy, this like adventurous type of energy. I would almost say that if you are a it feels very fire signy to me, like, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, because it's ending of old cycles, beginning of new, this new birth, it feels very Aries energy of it's just fresh and new and without expectation and limitation. And the Seven of Cups is like, what do I want to try next? It's like lack of restriction. And so this is the energy that's coming through here. It's just very excited about things. I'm ready for adventure. You have a beautiful um, childlike quality of looking at things in wonder and awe and people and slow to judge. Um, you have like this trust that you just give people to a certain extent, right? Depending on your vibes, you are very intuitive too, so you pick up things and go, you want me to trust you? Ha ha ha, no thank you. So you're very in tune, but I feel like you have this wonderful energy, just this excitement and adventure, and that's the kind of energy that I feel people pick up, and they like it. It does intimidate some people because I want to say unafraid. You're not stupid, but you're just like, yeah, let's go out and dance in front of everyone. Let's sing. I feel like you have this uh, healthy courage as well. So that's what I feel is coming through, Dijona. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. So the next free reading, Vidi Jalan. Hello, Vidi. What does your subconscious mind want to tell you? All right. Well, you definitely, it does have something to say here. Let's see what this is here. Yeah. So they love that you're asking about them because you have the Five of Cups, which we've got the Three of Cups. There are emotions that are in the subconscious that are charged that do want to come forward. And they love here with the Two of Swords that you are closing your eyes and opening your heart, and that you do reflect into your subconscious that you want to see beneath there. So there is this validation of thank you for closing your eyes and opening your heart and not going strictly off of your mind and the supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's, but that you are really dipping your toe here into here's the subconscious. It's like go down in here because there are some charged emotions from childhood that do want to be released. And if you look at any trigger that you've had recently, like something that's just it sends an alarm, like if you're dreaming about things, triggers coming up, and then also if you start to see in the outside world situations, they will bring situations in the outside world too through messengers. Like if you have three friends that are dealing with abandonment issues all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're just like, and then I had this dream about being left in the grocery store in a cart, and then, oh, and I didn't like it when this person just blew me off, and, I felt abandoned. You're like, "Oh, there's abandoned emotions," and it's usually gonna be something 7 years old and younger, and you can go back and look at it and go, "Oh," and your little child VD is like, I didn't know what to do with this. I felt abandoned and I didn't know how to process this. I've been holding on to this emotion all these years. Can you help me? And you get to be this powerful adult, higher, powerful self that it so admires and trusts that it allows you to pick them up and hold them and give them the space to transform things. So I like this. Um, the subconscious mind is all on board with you connecting with them in whatever ways that you feel that you are drawn to do. If you need some ideas, reach out to me because I read several books last year that really help connect to the subconscious inner child, which are amazing. So if you want any of those, reach out to me and I'll share them with you. So I like that for you, VD. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And that is what they have. So up next, we've got here, you are welcome. All right. And up next, we'll have new love. And KDP, you sent a PayPal. It's probably just taking its good old time to come through here. Hey, Needy, no, yours is not done yet. I had several donations, so I'm only like 3 into the free readings, and I'm about to step out to complete a, uh, additional donation here. Let me pull it up here, because if you put your question there, it doesn't hasn't come through yet, but, sometimes PayPal takes its good old time. Let me just sign into the PayPal, and it should give me your question there. I'm not sure, Needy. There's, like, a ton of, readings there, so I apologize, I can't take the time to, see where everyone's at, because then everyone's gonna start wanting to know too, and I'd rather focus on doing the readings. So, oh, okay, yeah, here it comes here. Well, I do see one came through here. So, but it doesn't have a question, so what is your question? Pop it down here if you sent Cash App, 'cause I do show something came through PayPal. It just hasn't, sent me in my email, but I don't see a question listed on there, I don't believe. So if you want to pop your question there. So hopefully the PayPal didn't go through as well. If it is, you have a credit with me. All right. Yeah. You're welcome, Needy. All right. So Katie, so let's see. So based on current energy, when we're talking about the future, of course, it's all about everyone's choices that, we can make different choices in an hour, tomorrow, whatever of our energies, and it can switch things up, right? And so when we pull a it has been a long journey, hasn't it? So what's going to end up happening? And we'll take a look here. And let me see. Because sometimes we have like there's like fated events in our life that have to happen on an exact time and for a certain amount of time. Those are very, very few and far between in our lives. And then we have fated events that have like, depending on the inner work we do and the inner work they do, that things can happen sooner and like we meet sooner and we part later in life, so it's like the minimum and maximum ranges vary by our energy and their energy that they're putting in, and that changes from day to day because of our power of choice. And then there's events that aren't even fated, that are because all our life is a journey of a minimum experience and a maximum experience, and we have all these fated events in between that help us with that, with our journey, to at least have the minimum experience. But we do extra credit. We can do other things that are outside of that. I feel like you and Jordan are definitely a fated event with minimums and maximums, um, that are up to you guys. And so we'll look at current energies. So, yeah, very good. So, just for clarity around what we're looking at here, they wanted to say that it is fated and that it definitely has brought you guys things, of course. So, let's take a look here. Okay. And then I feel like I want to pull here. Oh, yeah. Wisdom of the Oracle card here for you. All right. Wow. Almost took out an eye. All right. So we'll take a look here. All right. So we're going to start with your Oracle card, which is Imagine. Like someone reaching for the moon. That is card number 20. And let's see what message. And these do have relationship messages in these too, which is cool. So it says the energies of these are about turning the imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feeling, creativity, and illusions. So the oracle's message to you is, who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life that you want? You were gifted with the power to imagine. And if you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. The relationship message that comes with these is, in matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person. And while that's romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating, so step out onto the dance floor where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. Hmm. So, does Jordan have the attributes that you want in a person? That is the question, right? Because you do have the Hierophant, which is so much like this card here, because the Hierophant invites you inward to discover, who is it that you truly want to be? What is it that you truly want in your life? It's really about connecting and understanding what it is you want inside of you. And then you have the Emperor. It is a well, it's a truth question, not a trick question. Because the Emperor is about you, Aries, it's Aries energy, you stepping forward, you deciding, they have a room full of individuals who are, advisors going blah, 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 telling them who they should be, what they're supposed to be, whatever in their life. But I mean, you've got the Hierophant and the Emperor, which are both about understanding your power and the roles that you want to have in your life and the roles that you want to have in your life, and who do you truly want to be, and stepping forward outside of all the supposed to, shoulds, and need tos that society puts on, and all the need to, supposed tos, and have tos that spirituality, organized spirituality of humans puts on us. And it's about deciding, who are you and what do you want? Because then, if the attributes that you are truly wanting are there, then then you do that, right? So it's like determining what is important to you, who do you want, what do you truly want to be. And I like the Five of Swords coming in here, which tells us, you know this is the mind, the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, and like the headaches, right? But they're bringing back to me, I think it was, maybe it was a TED Talk or something like that, where someone was talking about deal breakers in a relationship, and if you have more than 5, they basically were saying, stay by yourself until you can get your deal breakers down to 5, right? And then if you have these 5 attributes, and that's what I kind of feel like they're bringing up, the 5 attributes that have to be must-haves in your life, and really, and with the fear font being the number 5, truly, what are yours? Not what everyone has told you to be, but what are your attributes? What are the 5 deal breakers? What are the 5 must-haves? And then if they don't have the 5 must-haves, then that's like, well, if it's a deal breaker, then it's a deal breaker, right? And it's like, okay, I understand now. If I have 5 that have to be there, then that's what we look at here. And then Knight of Wands, you take action. Here again with Aries energy, you invest your energy, you make the decisions. The Seven of Wands, you getting into your bubble here, not allowing other people to poke at your bubble. And you're like, this is what I want, and I'm not going to take no for an answer, you know? And if someone, if they're not able to bring you those 5, then, um, that's the whole thing. The whole thing with the message, though, is to make sure you know what you're wanting and that you're not trying to live up to what you think everyone else wants you to be. Even, with the Hierophant and the Emperor, it all represents societal expectations that we've been filled in our head our entire lives, and any organized religion as well, because we have a lot of opinion that is poured in with mankind into organized spirituality too, that we have to determine, wait, is this me in my heart, my soul, with connection to the spirit world, what I want, or what I've been told I'm supposed to want? And when that clarity comes in, then you see that. And I feel like that is what the big message is here, is they're not telling you the ending, because the ending is still open, because it depends on your decisions and your choices around what you decide these important 5 things are. So hopefully that makes sense. I know. It's been a long journey, but it's been a revealing journey for both you and for them, because you definitely, it was destined for you guys to be these beautiful mirrors for one another. So I know. And if both of those went through, Katie, um, let me know. I can always refund one, or if you're wanting you know, I do personal recorded readings too, and like a $10 one is like a 15-minute paid one. So if you're wanting to do that instead of a refund, if it ends up taking both the PayPal and the Cash App, we can go that route too. So just let me know what you're wanting. You don't have to decide right now. Alrighty. But thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. And hang in there. I know this is like one of the pivotal times of your life. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. All right. So new love, we had left off with you for the free readings, and you'd like a love reading. So new love, let's take a look here. So something is taking you in a wonderful journey here. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slow moving card, right? And you've been with the Hermit here too, is about this inward journey, turning to the higher self. And I feel like this is what you've been on, and I feel like that they are, you're. I like that they almost have this, like they're almost headed off the card here. It's like the waiting is almost over. Just you're going to continue on the path with your higher self, turning to higher love, right, to expand things. But I feel like all this waiting that you've been doing, because I feel like it's been a long time, right, that this journey, that it's almost over. You're almost headed off into the where the waiting is over, and you are, headed that direction. I like that they're telling us though too, that the more you focus on your self love, new love, um, that that speeds up the process, right? It's like giving a plant miracle grow. It makes it grow faster and it'll bring it faster to fruition. So the more energy you put into turning inward and upward with your self-love, the more that you we'll move off of from the waiting into the action, period where there is that spark and that coming together. So I feel like there's like saying it's a come just keep focusing on that self-love because that's drawing in. And you might be waiting on them also, they may not have been putting in as much action into the self-love yet, to where it's drawing, but the more you do it, the faster it draws together as well. Um, Not that you're picking up their slack or anything, but I don't feel like they have been putting as much action into the self-love. That's why it feels like forever for you because they're in slow motion mode and yours is speeding up. So hopefully that makes sense, new love. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. All right. Thank you, Katie. Appreciate that. All right. And so Felicia Fang, you are up next. And hello, hello. And you always remind me, seeing your name reminds me to thank everybody for all the thumbs up that you have given the video so far. It greatly helps spread the Zen love. So thank you all for being part of the love tsunami. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right. I am doing well, Felicia. Hope you're doing well. And you'd like to ask what you should do now, um, if your group leader is just they keep finding mistakes and trying to make you leave. All right. Yeah, let's take a look here. So, what does Spirit advise for this situation here? Yeah, I see here. It's getting close here. You've got the 10 of Wands, which is the burden feeling for sure. That's endings and new beginnings that are coming up. You've been through this long journey here, and there is movement, there is victory coming. So it won't be too much longer here. You're waiting for the process for the next job. You're about to see action pick up and all this energy that you're investing. Um, they're not to worry about it. Each moment as you're learning this kind of waiting period, you're learning here with your power of choice with the chariot card, which is you get to decide what story you put to each situation, what emotion you want to feel as you go through it, as well as the energy you want to invest in the moment. So as these things are happening, and so when you feel like they're finding mistakes and trying to make you leave, it's like, okay, the story that you are putting on it is it's about you and that they're trying to do something to you, right? We can change that story and flip it and go, wait a minute, I've seen it from a higher perspective because every moment's of unconditional love or fear, right? So we fear this is personal and that's happening to me when we're like, oh, actually, the universe is kind, everything unfolds for me. So these people are making it uncomfortable for me so that I will leave and go on to something that's more in alignment for me instead of making it comfortable for me and I'm tempted to stay. They are doing you a favor by making it more and more uncomfortable to stay where you're at so that you will go to where you're going, right? And the emotions we feel instead of feeling like, oh, they're out to get me and, it's, making me have these emotions related to fear, I can be like feelings of gratitude, and that's where we invest our energy instead of focusing on that there's this fear that I'm not good and they hate me and blah blah blah, because when we focus on that, that just grows more, right? When we focus on something that we hate going on in our life, that tells the universe, I enjoy hating things, can you give me more things to hate and make it even more hateful? And of course, instead, we can be grateful. And when we focus on gratitude, that tells the universe, I enjoy having things to be grateful for. And can I have more things to be grateful for? And they're like, absolutely, since we're focusing on it, right? So you can focus on gratitude of going, I'm so glad that they are allowing me to stay there for a while longer and they're trying to make you leave. Well, you don't have to leave yet, right? You're learning. And as soon as it is ready, the new job opens up and you'll be able to go to it, right? Um, and if they fire you and terminate you, thank you. Thank you for ending this toxic relationship. It's gratitude. They're like, they are making it uncomfortable for me because that's not where I'm supposed to be. They are acting as agents of spirit, right? So that's what they have for you right now, Felicia. So many blessings to you. And hang in there. Hang in there. All right. And we are to Virgo girls. Let me just take a quick sip here. So, Virgo girl, guidance for your love life. Let's take a look here. All right. So, the guidance for your love life here, you've got the King of Swords, which is the master of thinking and air. And with this Ace of Swords, they're able to see things from a higher perspective and cut away some fears that we have, some expectations, those supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts. And this is the Four of Wands, the marriage card here. And so the guidance right now for your love life is to do some inner reflection on the fears you have around marriage, timing, the who, the how, the what, blah, 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 right? Because we've been given a lot of small t truths, a lot of long list of things that have to happen. That what marriage means. How do I get there? How does this partnership get there? Blah, 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 blah. And this King of Swords empowers you to question that and to cut things away. So I feel like the guidance right now is like while you're waiting, it's getting rid of some of these all this restrictions that we've been given all our lives, right? Of that supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and must that blind us to opportunities because we have all these blocks here. I don't see all this out here and I don't see all this out here. And I'm telling the universe, nope, nope, nope. It has to be this person in this timing in this way. And as we cut away more and more of those expectations, we basically are telling the universe, you know what? I'm releasing this to you. I trust that you're going to bring me the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect timing. And in the meantime, I'm going to live my life and have passion for me and my life. And I'm going to focus on me, what I can cut away, what emotions no longer serve me, what beliefs no longer serve me, mental beliefs and thoughts about me and love and relationship in the world. And I'm expanding my self love and expanding my love that expands my ability to love and receive love in the outside world too. So I feel like they're saying this is the what we needs to happen here is the cutting away of these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets is their guidance. It's their high recommendation is what they have. So that is what is coming through for you, Virgo girl. So hang in there, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. All right. And Divine Feminine Chronicles, you'll be the next free reading come up. I did have a donation come in. Thank you so much, Renee, for your additional donation. And are you going to be getting that job by August of this year? Let's take a look here. I feel like we've got a yes on those before. Let's see if anything has changed. Because energy of the future, you know. All right, let's take a look here. A little more clarity. All right, yeah. You know, it definitely is a possibility that's here still, because we've got here, you've got the Hierophant, which is you diving into yourself. Oh, the figure, huh? So we've got the Hierophant, which is you diving deep within you to find out who you truly want to be, what you truly want in life. You have the King of Pentacles, abundance, overflowingness. And it comes down here to the Six of Pentacles too, which I know you've been working on this. The Six of Pentacles is like the awareness of my feeling like I have to overgive to receive something, small, the ratio of abundance and love, where I have to feel like I have to give 1,000 love coins or 1,000 abundance coins to get one love and abundance coin back. And that goes back to our 7 years old and younger. which here we have the 7 of Cups, which is the emotional body, and determining who was it in your younger life that you felt you had to overgive to and got very little back. Once you identify that, you can bring this from the subconscious down here into the conscious level, which is out of balance right now. And once you realize who it is, a little edit button appears, which allows you to edit that thousand and bring it from being one to 1,000 to 1 to 1. And so, usually, like primary suspects or usual suspects are like our parents. They're always so busy, trying to make ends meet and live and make sure all the siblings and all the children and everything in their life, they don't have enough to make it all work, right? No parent ever did. And so, um, it could be a father, a mother, both of them, grandparents, a coach, a teacher, someone who in that earlier years, 7 years old and younger, you had to overgive to, and it could only get a little bit back, right? And once you realize that, then it balances things out. But before that, with that out of balance, that seeped down into our subconscious, and our little inner child is the one that is in, yeah. So you're like, ding, ding, ding. So it's like, our little inner child's keeping score, that 1,000 coins to 1. And that's what it focused in on, the one relationship we weren't getting equal stuff back in. It took that as that's the rate of exchange. And when we bring it from the subconscious, that's down there where our little inner child is putting up force fields going, no, no, you can't have this abundance or this love or whatever, because you've only reached, 700 love coins or abundance coins, and you still have 300 more before you deserve one. So you might have times in your life where you feel you've reached the 1,000, the force fields drop for a second, some abundance comes in, but then it resets back to zero, and it starts counting, trying to get up to 1,000 again before you deserve one coin, right? Yeah, if you do this, if this is the possibility, right? Possibility of energies, if you do this work where you bring consciously, because you have also the Page of Swords, which is new ways of thinking, that comes in here, which you're cutting away this old belief with Papa San, you know, that it's like, oh, you know what? Now that I'm bringing it from the subconscious into my conscious world, then I'm like, "Oh, I see now." And a little edit button appears, and you can even picture it in your head, this out of balance thing, right? Where it's like, and this is, you know, what you have to give, and there's 1,000, and you click on a little edit button, and you can get into that field, and you delete the zeros, so it goes from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1. Click the little save button, and then that drops in there. And then that opens up things too, because it will not only change your abundance, it will change your love, the what you're willing to receive from others as well, both in love and in money and gifts. And suddenly you're going to have this flood in, and you're just like, oh my gosh, because your little inner child who's keeping score is like, it's no longer 1 to 1,000, it's 1 to 1. You give one, you deserve to get back. The force fields are down, and you do have this come your way. Yeah. So that is what I have there for you. So definitely a possibility. I mean, you got the King of Pentacles there, which is, huge, huge, huge abundance coming into your life. So I'd like that for you. All right, Renee, Renee, Renee. So that is what they have. Many blessings to you. Greatly appreciate that. All righty. And thank you again for the additional donation there. Let me see here while I'm scrolling up here, Needy. I don't know exactly where you're at here. Oh, you're way down there. Oh, yeah, you're about 15, 20 more people from now. Sorry, Needy. We shall see how we're doing here. I'm going to be on for about probably 45 more minutes. I think 3 hours might be my max, where uh, usually Friday and Saturday mornings, I'm on a little longer because I have everyone across the world on because it's Friday night in some places. All right, so Divine Feminine Chronicles, you are up. So how I am well. I hope you are well. What do you need to know at this time? What does Spirit want you to know at this time? All right. Well, so it is time here. You've got the Knight of um, Wands here, which is the fastest moving knight out of them all. So there is new passion, new activity, energy headed your way for sure. And here's the Ten of Cups, overfilling abundance, overfilling of love. So you do have this wonderful feeling of overflow of love coming your way, whether it's your inner heart filling up and becoming a chalice where you just feel like your life is overflowing with love, and or also, a partnership in the outside world. Definitely this feeling of togetherness and I mean, this is has everything in it, right? I mean, it's got the feeling of with all the cups, all the emotions that you want to be filled up, you just feel like it's overflowing here. So whatever this is, it's coming in fast and furious, and it's coming in out of nowhere. So I like it for you. It's kind of like just an unexpected bumping into an individual who, whether it's romantic or not, it just makes your life feel whole and complete. Because sometimes you can find that in a best friend where you're just someone who gets you, that we've known each other in past lifetimes and we're going to be friends the rest of this life. And I know that regardless of who comes in and out, you will be in my life. Sometimes that is even um, more needed at times than a romantic relationship, right? You're just like, I found my tribe. And I feel like there's this beautiful energy that's coming in. So it can be romantic and it can be friendship or but it just feels overflowingness coming in. And I like it for you. That is what is coming in, Divine Feminine Chronicles. So many blessings to you. You never know, needy. So let's take a look here. So Bella Bala, what is coming towards you? Have faith, have faith. Well, I don't know. There's a lot, but we'll take a look here. So Bella Bala, what is coming towards you here? All right. Wow. Really feel like you're having this empowerment coming your way here because I feel like with some heartbreak and some disappointments here, you are with this eight of I'm sorry, this is the 10 of swords. 10 of swords is you are letting go of these expectations and these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been disappointing you in the past. And I like the way they have this card because, you know, usually there's someone like, which I also like, they're laid down with all the swords stuck in their back and they're not dead. They're exhausted from trying to live up to everyone's expectations. And all these birds are all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, whatever, that bring you disappointment, the heartbreak feelings. But I like that you're like cutting them away because that's what happens with the 10 of swords. You're just sick and tired of living up to everyone else's expectations. And look how it transforms into such a serene journey along the beach there, which is where I feel you're stepping into your power here with the magician. This is your higher self bringing, this love down through you and filling you up and going out into the world, right? You're becoming this conduit of this beautiful empowerment. And it's very divine masculine energy where you're not standing by just waiting for things to happen. You are like, I'm sick and tired of waiting around, of trying to live up to everyone's expectations and people disappointing me and me disappointing others. And I'm going to live my life. It's like you're chunking all these rules and you're stepping off on this journey into this new adventure and you're birthing things. You're instead of waiting around for love to find you, you're doing things that you love instead. And I feel like this is an important piece of this reflection, this change, this, going forward. So I like it for you, Bella Bala. That is what is coming through right now. And Eldona, you are up next. I know you asked a moment ago or so. Always hope for the best. There you go. Excuse me. Let's take a quick sip here. So, hello, Eldona. So, I am doing great and hope you're doing great as well. And a general read. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Yeah, we've got the Queen of Pentacles coming in for you here, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and new birth and newness and sensuality. And I just feel like it's a time here for you to really focus in on you and, looking at your worth, excuse me, from the inside out. Because you have the Four of Pentacles too, which, the Pentacle suit, by this time, the Queen has also learned that when she looked and defined herself by the outside world, she felt very unstable because we're taught to define ourselves by relationships and situations and things, but relationships, people change, people pass away, people walk away, so relationships are unstable. Situations never stay the same, like education and job and all those situations we can get into, and then things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So we start realizing when I define myself by the outside world, I feel very unstable because that's retail price out there, constantly changing. Depends on the season and where and whatever the market it's in. It's all the stuff that happens, and it's like, okay, but you eventually turn inward and upward, and that's that Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, turning inward and upward and finding my worth, my self-worth from the capital S self, and that's what transforms things. So, I feel like they're just turning you inward and upward and having you reflect a little bit on, like, yeah, the outside world stuff doesn't quite last that long. I say it's like American Chinese food, where when we eat it here, we're hungry an hour later because there's something in there, just it doesn't fill you up. And that's what happens with the outside world. So it feels that way. So that is what is coming through for you, Aldona, right now. So many blessings to you. Enjoy your adventure. All right. And then the next free reading will be Princess Pinky. Do you have a couple more donations? Thank you so much for your donation, Queen Bee. And you want to know, how does Samuel the Scorpio truly feel about you? All right, general reading. Let's take a look here and see. All righty. What else? Just getting some clarity here. They're like one card at a time. Maybe that's representing their true feelings. Is it's like it's just feels like it's just one step and back 5 steps, right? Because I do feel here we've got a lot of thinking and that goes on with them here. So ultimately, they do have this love in their heart here, but I feel like in order for it to go to another level, there's this uh, there's just this transformation that needs to happen with them because they have this 5 of Pentacles here, which is the lack card, the abandonment card, the feelings of being left behind and being left out in the cold. And, the key is over here. So eventually they will lift their, head up and go over here and unlock the door. But they're in this inner reflection. You see how they're like looking, they're just kind of there. The King of Wands, this is, very fiery energy, which is them realizing slowly that where they invest their energy is what grows and expands. And because it feels like they focus a lot in on lack a lot of the time, that that's what they grows in their life, and that's their perception of everything. Like, oh, I'm not good enough, and I never get anything, and something always happens, and they are self-fulfilling their prophecy by their energy doing that type of thing. So I feel like they have feelings for you, they have this, but in order for it to go up to another level, they have to get past these feelings of lack and abandonment that they experienced when they were younger, and that they have like it was like they created a black cloud, and it's on, like, they're showing me someone walking around with this big brace on them that holds up these pipes that has this big black cloud that they have mounted up there, and it comes from them. They carry it around. They put it on, and they're like, "I have a black cloud," and they're like, "Yeah, how did you make that? What do you mean? It just happens to me." And you're like, "Oh, okay." So they have these beliefs about their worth that are very low. Again, reiterated here too with the 7 of Swords, which is here's the swords are their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets, and it is about their own thoughts and beliefs that deceive them and make them feel limited and small and cheat them out of things in life. So both of these together, are what keeps them from experiencing love and moving up in higher love and having abundance and moving forward. So I feel like they constantly have a lot of letdowns in their life, but they are in their journey. They will eventually discover whatever they focus on grows and expands. And the Page of Swords is them walking upon here, eventually connecting to higher truths that allows them to cut away these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about their worth. But till they do, they're not going to be able to really express it because they do feel very low about themselves. And they've got a lot of um they're showing me court, and a lot of like the defense has a lot of a big table with all the evidence. They have all the stacked evidence of how bad things have been in their life, and what they're doing here. I did complete yours, Aldona. I'm not sure how many I did, but I did complete yours. I know I did. It's probably about 15, 20, 30 minutes maybe ago, if that. So that is what they have for you, Queen Bee. So hopefully that resonates. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I know, what are you gonna do? It's like, well, while they're on their journey, only thing we could do is send them love and work on ourselves, right? Or look elsewhere. But that's what's coming in. So many, many blessings to you, Queen Bee. All right, Seba Fantima, thank you so much for your donation. And want to know, should you pursue the new job that requires moving to D or pass up the opportunity given your health? Is it worth the effort leaving the current job? All right, great question. I'm going to refresh the cards real quick here. All right. So, is it for your highest experience to go to this other job? And what other advice do they have for you regarding this situation? Okay. All right. So I feel here right now, this new job that's requiring you to move. I feel like they're saying here with these other cards to it's better to stay where you're at right now. There's this protective bubble for you where you're at. And the Ten of Swords is there's this exhaustion feeling around this where normally they're laid down with 10 swords in their back, and there's so much trying to live up to everyone else's expectations. It's like sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, right? Where you're like, yeah, that's my health right now. There's a lot of fears that you're letting go of here, and you can step into staying where you're at right now, because you also have the Hanged Man, which is hang around for now. You're going to see things from a higher perspective here, but there is this transformation that's happening right now. And I feel like they're saying for that one that not to not this move, this one. You do have the Tower card that tells you that whatever is moved out of your life moves out of your life on purpose for a purpose, and then things move in. So I feel like you will have a change that comes up here where something's removed out of your life, but the Hanged Man is having you wait because you will have new communication, new ideas that come in here. You know, the 10 of Swords is letting go of, you're ready to let go of a lot of expectations, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And here with the Ace of Swords, it's a lot like the Hanged Man, where you'll see things from a higher perspective, see things from a different place here soon. And again, you will see things from a different viewpoint. You won't be down here anymore. You'll be up here looking down where you're at right now, here very shortly, and be going, oh, okay, I see. I understand why things have unfolded the way they have here. But I don't feel like that this one with the move is there. I feel like there's something else that comes that brings you this victory, the Six of Wands, and you're not concerned so much about this transparent audience, about what they think. You're looking at more from this recognition from up above. Again, there's a lot of clarity that's coming here where you're going to see things really, really differently very, very soon here. Um, so I feel like they're saying, no, it's not worth the effort to leave your current company and the new job that requires moving to pass it up right now, because there's something better that comes. And so just trust that things are moved out of your life on purpose, but things will also be moved into your life on purpose for a purpose. So something that you'll look back on going, yeah, this was the better choice for my highest experience that will be coming up. So that's what they have for you, Saba, Fatima. So um, you can take a deep breath and go, I can sit here in my bubble for now because there's something else coming for you. So I like it. And again, thank you so much for your generous donation. I really appreciate you. And that is it for those. So let me scroll back up here. We'll get back into the free readings here. And since I'm about half hour towards hitting 3 hours, I'm going to kind of do a little faster lightning round, where I'll do one card readings for the free readings. If you do want me to go deeper, I still will honor, of course, donations to dive deeper into those. But just so I can try to get through a lot of free readings, I did have a lot of donations today, which I appreciate you guys' patience with, because it does help support me. That's how I earn my living. So thank you guys for understanding. All right. So Princess Pinky, how will your destined partner be? Let's take a look here and see. What's one more thing that they'd like you to know around your destined partner? Well, good. So they have a stable mental stability here. They have let go of a lot of expectations, and they don't try to live up to a lot of people's expectations. They've really dealt with a lot of their heartache, and um, they don't have like this big high bar they put on everyone else. They try to keep the bar really low in a positive way, because they just like they instead focus on being grateful for who people are rather than focusing on who they're not. And that, of course, there's a beautiful, beautiful energy around that, that people are just, who doesn't want to be around that, where you're not, you're recognizing my strengths, not focusing in on what I think you're doing wrong, right? So I like that. So that's what they have, Princess Pinky. Definitely something that I would like in a destined life partner for sure. All right. And then Divine Beauty, you are up. So message from your life partner. Let's take a look here and see, what do they have here? Wow, you got the Ace of Wands. So message from your life partner is that you have a lot of passion, new passion, headed your way to live your passion. Do what you love, and that's where you find them. You know, I feel like they're telling you that um when, if your focus is finding love, what are you going to have afterwards? You know, but that it's important to have hobbies, to have things that you love to do that make your heart sing, because in doing something that makes your heart sing is where you actually meet them. And so they're telling you, what is this passion? What is something? If you don't have anything, it's because you have feared stepping forward. I feel like you have a passion, though, at least one, whether it's pottery or dance or whatever. It's whatever you enjoy doing. It's like, do that, because that's where you meet them. So I like that. So that's what's coming through, Divine Beauty. So many blessings for you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Oops, scroll too fast. There we go. Excuse me, just take another sip here. So cheery. You'd like some angel guidance. Let's take a look here. Seven of Wands. I like the Seven of Wands. This is about being true to you. And, I always think of like the saying here with the Seven of Wands is like the sun does not ask permission to shine. It does not dim its light. It does. It is itself. It shines bright. And if someone can't handle the heat, then they need to get into the shade. They do not say the sun needs to dim, because the sun brings so much warmth and beauty and brightness and clarity. So it's like, don't worry about defending who you are or what you do. Be you. And if people can't handle it, well, that's their issue, not yours. But excuse me, you don't have to defend it, but out of compassion, because of course you are a very compassionate soul. If you want to help lift them, you can, because the reason they're attacking you is they feel low about themselves. It's not about you, it's about them. So if you feel like you can help them uh be see themselves more clearly and see that they're not as low as they think they are, if you sincerely show them how amazing they are, that can help them too. But not to worry about it. Be true to your authentic self. All right. So, Ms. Draw, you are up next, and you also would like angel guidance here, an angel message. Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know here? Four of Wands, choose joy, joy, joy. You have a celebration coming up, a gathering. And so, if you're invited somewhere, even though I know an introvert's favorite plans are canceled plans, in this case, definitely move forward and accept this invitation of a gathering, whether it's to a wedding or to a party or to a dinner or whatever it is. It's important that you go to it. And so, even if you're like, God, I don't want to go, just realize there's something special there that you get to show of yourself and things you learn about yourself in very positive, beautiful ways. So definitely accept the invitation and move forward with that. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you. And up next, we've got healing vibes. So Pisces feelings towards you. All right. We are doing one card lightning round here. All right. So it feels like here the Nine of Swords is the nightmare and insomnia card. That's not their feelings towards you specifically. They just have a lot of fears in their life that keep them from moving forward and acting forward here. They're so close to the Ten of Swords, which is exhaustion, trying to live up to everyone's expectations. They're almost to this place of freedom and freeing themselves from it. So they're able to recognize their feelings. I feel like the feelings that they have right now are so much of fear in their life that it's almost like it's so loud. The fear noise is so loud that they can't hear the love whispers. And so they're focused so much on their fears right now that they can't see that feeling, those types of emotions. So that's what's coming through right now, healing vibes. It's a great amount of fear, whatever they're experiencing right now. And it's not about you specifically, it's just about so many fears going on in their life. So many, it's like they have this high bar for themselves where they can't do anything right. And they live a black and white world of all or nothing. And they're in the nothing feeling right now, where they just feel everything is falling apart. And that's all they're focused on because they're seeing through this lens of fear. And so that's what's coming through. So sending them lots of love. I know we've all been there at some point in our life for sure. All right. So that is what they have for you. Louisiana Lucy, you'll be in my next free reading. I think I did have a donation that just came through. Let me check here. Yeah, I did have a donation come through here for Katarina. Maybe is that how I say that? And let me see here. If you did um, have a question here, let me just scroll down here. If you haven't, if you want to throw it there at the bottom. Oh, you know what? I think that's Katie. That's finally your email finally came through. Yeah, yeah, because that's Katie P. All right. So yeah, that actually was one that we've already. That was your PayPal that never came through. The emails are finally coming through, evidently. So, all right. So back to the rereadings. Louisiana, Lucy. Hello. I am doing well today in this moment. And you want to know who is coming towards you in love? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. We have a 9 of wands here. There is this wherever there's been this energetic block before, is who is coming towards you. It feels like a fire sign who's held themselves back, and it's someone that has had this um lack of confidence. Yeah, upside down. Like from another world. There's there's this movie where there's two, like two planets that are so close to each other, but it's two worlds, and one lives on this side and one lives on this side, and they can't come to each other's worlds. Um, but I feel like this is that's how they felt. Like I'm from another world. I can't possibly be, you know, in your world. I'm so different from it. And I feel like that they're realizing it. And you can see how here, like this Ace of Wands is what is holding the fence. And they're stepping into their power and they really been understanding it. And so they're lifting it up and this barrier is falling. So whoever this is, I do feel like it's a fire sign because it's someone that's been holding back their fire and that they felt they haven't been able to move forward. And here they come. So, excuse me, it is someone I feel you're very aware of that. I don't feel like they come across as shy. They just have come across just like, oh no, it's okay. Just very down on themselves. But I feel like they've been working on themselves, almost like they've been transforming their body, and that's been helping them transform their mind and their heart beliefs because they were very focused on their outer body. Um, and now because they've buffed up or lost weight or whatever they've done, they've transformed themselves. It's it's triggered inner confidence in them, and they've realized it. So they might even have to have gone to counseling or something. I know they're bringing back to my memory just like an individual who goes through, stomach stapling and different things. They have to go through some counseling. They have to go through some awareness stuff to help them change their mindsets around things. So I feel like this is the person that's stepping forward in your life, if that makes sense. But that's what's coming through. So there you go. Many blessings to you. All right, Momo. Hey, hey. So what is this person's A's intentions towards you? All right, let's take a look here. And just for everyone, I am doing just single card readings for the free readings here. Just try to get through and get you guys some answers here. Well, you have here the Page of Swords is a new thought, new belief, new mindset. So their intentions are changing from where they were before. They're seeing things differently. And I feel like they're seeing you differently. So I feel like before their intentions were a little more shallow, is what your guides are saying. They had shallow intentions before, but they're intrigued now. They're realizing you're so much more than they thought you were. And so the intentions are changing, they're altering, and they haven't quite decided it yet because they're still walking the line there. They're cutting away some old ways of thinking and changing, but they haven't quite decided yet. And so there's this, So I like how spirit is your spirit guides are flipping the question back towards you and what are your intentions towards A? And then even more importantly, they're asking, what are your intentions towards yourself? Ooh, I like that. So that's what's coming through right now for you, Momo. So many blessings to you. All right. Annabelle Anna, will you travel towards England in the autumn? Let's take a look here. Yeah, you have the Two of Wands, which is making plans for a different direction. So this is about, here's even traveling the world and travel and movement. So it is talking about make plans and take steps towards it. So definitely I feel it's in your hands with the Two of Wands because it's a choice type of energy, but that you can start writing down what you need to do it. Because I feel like this is something that you want to do, and just start making steps towards it. And that energy that you put towards it starts energy moving in it as well. So that is what they have for you. I like it, Annabelle. All right. So Maria, Lollery. Lori? I'm probably murdering that. Maria, Maria L. Thank you for being a new subscriber. Welcome to the group. Sorry it's taking me so long to get to your reading. Free readings get very long, very fast. And of course, I've had a ton of donations, which I appreciate you guys so much. Um, and I love being able to offer the free readings too. So I will stand here a little while longer, of course, and see how many we can get through here for you guys. So you want to know what are XH intentions towards you? All right, let's take a look here. Well, we got the Seven of Swords here. And the Seven of Swords, swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations, etc. And usually this is all about our own thoughts and beliefs that are deceitful and cheat us out of things. But when we're asking their intentions towards you, it feels kind of thievery, deceit, and maybe not even consciously, but I don't feel positive things for you there. I feel like with that, it's being brought up to you to see it. And I feel like you have this instinct and you know it. And you're just like, yeah, I feel like they might have good intentions, but poor follow through. And I feel like the intentions are there, these good intentions that they have of like, oh no, this one's going to be different. I'm going to treat people differently. I'm not going to, fall into my old bad habits and patterns. But they haven't done anything to remove them. And so they just will. So I know you really have this ability to see the good in people, the possibilities in people. But with this one, just look at what they show you, not what you know that they're capable of in positive ways. Just see who they are and what they're showing you because they're showing you who they are. And it's going to be a long, long, long while before they would live up to any of those possibilities that are in there because that's not their journey right now. So I would say, if you can, away from them or be very aware of what they are offering. And if you're like, well, I'm happy with what they're able to offer, not what they say they can offer, but what they really are offering, I'm okay with that. That's up to you, right? Because sometimes that's okay in our life. But that's what they have for you, Maria. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All righty. So let's continue moving down the list here. So Anjushri, um, your higher self's message, please. And wow, you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, what a great message. That's them recognizing you and telling you just how proud they are of the steps that you've taken, the choices that you've made. You really, the Six of Wands is beautiful, balanced energies here. But this is, this is them up here shining the light on you, recognizing what you've done. And, though the audience out here, the transparent audience, hasn't seen things, hasn't shown you, um, and recognize what you've done, just know it doesn't go unnoticed, that everything you do, that you're surrounded by a multitude of beings of unconditional love and light that see your heart, see your mind, see your actions, and see that what you do for so many people, and what you don't do, like you don't react, you don't defend yourself in situations where you're like, this isn't going to help the situation. I will let them feel, in control, all those things. It's like spirit is telling you that it is seen, and that even though you might do a ton of things and they give you a $5 gift card for Starbucks, or whatever, and you're like, really? For all that? This is what I got? Just know that even though you may not be getting the recognition from the outside world, you have so much that's being given to you and headed your way because of what you've done. So you are seen, and with all that. So that is what is going on, for you and Jushri. So many blessings to you. Right, and Shloka, that's the one that I had bypassed before, so we took care of that. Mila, we took care of that. All right, Shirley Maydor, you wanna know, will you be getting the job, that you've had 2 interviews at so far, or is it better for you just to do your horse business? All right, let's take a look here and see. Tell us about this job interview. Yeah, we've got the Six of Swords here, which is about moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. There is a movement here from choppy waters to calmer waters, which, for me, feels like there is a movement and changing of how what you're thinking and what you're wanting. And so I like this for you. I feel like it is more towards that the job that you're interviewing for. I just feel like, I must think it's like you, whether you get it or not, it's like spirit is just saying you're having a change of mindset and how you're approaching and looking at it all, because there's this movement that happens here. So I just feel like there's something else that's coming for you. And I'm planning on here, between I finish up this session and my night session, to do your free reading, for being a winner. So I think that's one of the questions you asked too. So we will dive deeper into that, but I feel like there's something more, coming. So I will be getting to that here today. All right. So Shirley, blessings to you. Lovely, lovely. So you want to know, will the decision agreed upon on behalf of your younger daughter be A, B, C, or D? Let's take a look here. We've got Justice card here, number 11, which would be when you add one and one together, you get two. I feel like it's almost like there's a combination of two of the decisions that's coming up here. I'm leaning towards B, with it being the number 2, but I feel like it's B with a little bit of sprinkling of one of the others, if that makes sense. I almost feel like it's not an absolute, even though there's 4 things, I feel like it's like a hybrid of a couple things. It's a balancing of 2 things, but, we definitely have here, this reflection, this balancing, the seeing things from a higher perspective that comes in. So I feel like with that Ace of Swords, there is a new idea that is a combination of a couple of them that comes in. So that is what's coming through, lovely, lovely. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's what they have for you. Right, Spring, we took care of that. And Shivani Rawul, I don't think we didn't do that one. That name sounds familiar, the other name that you're having us look at, but all right. Yeah, Livy, I was trying to figure out between which 2, but it almost feels like a sprinkle, like one of those little cupcakes with sprinkles all over it. Maybe I'm just getting hungry, but there's like all these little sprinkles of it's like the cupcake is like B, but then there's sprinkles of all other 3 or pieces of it, which is weird. Interesting, I guess I should say. All right, so Shivani, I am doing well. I hope you are well. You want to know why Vidit's current feelings towards you? Does he want to marry you? All right, let's take a look here. See what spirit wants you to know right now. I feel here with the Page of Cups, there are, there is love and emotion there, but they're seeing like marriage is up here is something maybe later down the road that they're not really you say when pigs fly, it'll take a miracle. I don't feel like it's that extreme, but I feel like there are the energies of right now, they're more focused on um, in this moment, and they're seeing that as something later, like much later, that there's stuff that has to happen for that to be able to get there. I feel like they're more um, focused on the love in the moment, the emotion in the moment. So I do feel like there's emotion there, but the marriage, they kind of feel like that's something. Um, I can't decide that today kind of energy that's coming through. So I did feel it's undecided and they're unsure of what they want to do and where they want to head. They just feel like there's so much that has to happen in their life for this to come about. And it feels like it's like a dream that, like when pigs fly, there's like saying that, that's going to happen when pigs fly. And you're like, well, they're on planes all the time, but fly by themselves. But I feel like they're feeling like it's something to be achieved that they just have so much else to focus on in this moment right now. So that's what's coming through, Shivani. So many blessings to you. All right, Julia, you are up next. So blessings to you. What are your Leo's current feelings towards you? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see right now in this moment. Yep, they go here, 7 of Swords, they've got this, reflecting on their own fears right now. So, I feel like they go back and forth, right? So, they've had some thinking, there's some thinking going on, but it's, uh, this is their thought and belief and mindset that they realize what has stolen from them before, and it's in their face, and they're facing it, though. What I like about the energy of the card with this is it's not someone that's afraid of it. It's someone that is realizing like their because spirit is bringing back the phrase of um, courage is not the absence of fear; it's fearing and doing it anyway. And so I feel like they have some fears, but they're still, this is the period of time that we talked about where they were thinking about everything and now they're in the action of putting it into action, right? And so they do have this movement forward and this, they're seeing these fears, but they're still moving forward with it. So that is what is coming in right now for you, Julia. So I like it. I like it. It's a positive thing, is what I'm feeling. So just to understand if you see fear in their eyes or hesitation, don't judge it. They're having courage. They're like, okay, oh, yeah, yeah, let's do that. Like, eventually you don't want them to have to think about it, right? You just want it to be a yes, an absolute yes, but that's what's coming through. So that's what they have. All right. So blue eyes, you want your future spouse's professional life. So let's take a quick look here. I do have a donation coming through, so I will grab that here in a sec. Professional life, they have the Queen of Swords, so this is a kind of a mental type of position. They're very communicative, possibly even in education. I love the balancing of heart and mind that they have here. So it's something where they educate and help people learn and grow. They also there's this passion and this emotion behind it. So it almost feels like professor, teacher, even could it can even be counselor, someone who helps people learn and obtain their dreams, balance things. But it is definitely it feels along the lines of more teacher counselor type of individual, is what I feel coming through. So that is what they have for you, Blue Eyes. So many blessings for you. All right. Hey, James. Thank you for your additional donation. And you want to know, what are Patty's feelings towards you? Does she want to date you? All right, let's take a look here and see what their energies are right now. And so those are feelings. And then, does she want to date you? Nope, not those. So was there additional card? I thought there was one more card. All right, there. Okay. So let's take a look here. And then here's the dating. All right. So her feelings right now, she's really balancing things here. The 2 of Pentacles is like this, two choices that she has in her outside life, and you know, one in and it's almost like she goes back and forth, right? Because she has where the 4 of Pentacles, where she feels the solid foundation, and we even talked about this, I think, earlier, where the 4 of Pentacles is also this turning inward and upward, realizing that there's this outside world that feels unstable, and relationships of the past, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So she's had that in her life, and situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up. And so there's been this instability in the outside world, these fears, which here's the 7 of Swords, which is, you know, our own thoughts and beliefs that have made us feel cheated out of and thieved from our life. So there was fears before that kept it, but this is where those fears of the unstable world coming out, that there's this balancing that is coming in here. And that has to do with them looking into their fears, but also turning inward and upward, like we talked about before, right? So, there's this inward and upward feeling, but this balancing of the upper world with the lower world too. So when we ask about her feelings towards you, I feel like they're balancing out. I mean, there's this kind of and I think, did we even get this one for you? The Page of Cups, which shows that there is emotion there, but the Ace of Cups is like what is needed here. They're needing this time here, the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing themselves, um, you know, is what they're focusing on. And so there is emotion there, because when I asked, do they want to date you? They're like, well, they're having this bubble. They're dealing with their emotional, the emotional confusion that they're having. They really do want to, and I feel like it's just they're in this bubble, and they're just trying to get through that, just to get past that. So I feel like with the energies we have coming in, that you know it depends on the day, and that's what I feel like with that 2 Pentacles. There's days that they're really confident in the stability, because they're turning in this wonderful place on the inside. And then, so they're like, okay, I could see this, I could do this, and different things. But then there's other days where something happens that takes them out into the confusion, into the fear, and takes them out of balance, right? Where they're um, seeing the instability of the outside world, and the fear of, I don't want this to happen like it happened before. So it's like it goes back and forth. I would just give it some time here. The 7 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, when you're talking about these sevens, it's just like there's this block that's there, but it happens on purpose, for a purpose. We talked a little earlier about, for both of you, it's an important time to be turning inward and upward for this Ace of Cups, because that's what you're finding within, and that's what transforms and changes things for you there. So there is this change that comes in. There is this love, but the important thing for both of you, it's like spirit keeps pointing you back to the self-love, because that's going to be the foundation of the change of everything. And when we're, with the Four of Pentacles card, when we're looking for our worth in the outside world, that's when we feel unstable. But when you find that love from within you, that's what changes things. And that's what she's going through too. You both are like in this parallel journey that's going to bring you guys together down the line. But it's all about what do we do when we're waiting for someone to um, have the realization around their self-love and the love that they can have for us. It's like we work on our self-love and the love we have for them, because there's nothing that you can do to speed it up except for spend time on your inner love, cutting away your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you around love anymore, that are rooted in fear of losing conditional love, fear of rejection, fear of failure, right? And any emotions from the past that no longer serve. Because we've had pain, we've had things that have happened in our life, but it transforms things. It transforms and moves us from a place of, you know, where we have an emotion that we don't like that created pain or punishment. We create all these thoughts around it to keep it from happening again. But it's like putting up a baby gate for a baby on stairs. When it's not a baby anymore, it doesn't need those things anymore. And there's a lot of things we don't need anymore that we're using to protect our heart, and being hurt. We don't need it anymore. And that's the stuff that turning inward and upward, you're getting this beautiful foundation. She's getting this beautiful foundation, but you're both cutting away these things that would keep us down, would keep us at a lower vibration, and bring in the lower vibrational stuff we've always had before, which we've done what we've always did. We get what we always got. And we don't want that anymore. We want something higher, something more in alignment, right? So that is what is coming through. So I feel like there's a lot of information there, but they just wanted to give you the whole picture from a higher point of view, to realize it's not like a simple, well, they want to date me or not. Like, well, they do, but there's all this other stuff that's standing in the way for them right now. But it's blocking both of you so that you both can raise your love vibration to where you're at a different place. Because if you met now and you dated now, it end up like other people you've dated before, but you want something different. And so does she. So that is what's coming in. I like it for you. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And Renee, thank you for your additional donation as well. Oh, the bot. I get it. I get it. All right, let's take a look here and see how they're feeling now. Yeah, they are constantly changing, aren't they? I mean, it depends on the moment with your boss, right, Renee? Let's take a look here. Yeah. Yeah, so we have the Hierophant, which is the change. This is the, looking into the who do you it's like spirit is starting off pointing you back to yourself. And they're saying, who do you how do you view yourself? How do you feel about you? How do you feel about the job that you do? Because that's what matters. They're like everyone else's opinions are, opinion, and it's constantly changing from moment to moment, depending on what they're going through. And so they're pointing you back to saying, let your foundation of how you think about yourself be the root of everything, because that doesn't change. That's where you find the stability, is the inside. The outside, they ate something bad at lunch and they're upset. They ate something good at lunch and they even had dessert. They think you're wonderful. Um, One day you do something and it's perfect. The next day you do something and it's wrong. And they didn't like the way you did it. And you're like, what's the same way I've been doing it all along? Why, what has changed? they have changed, not you, right? Um, because they do see you. Some of the consistent things they see about you here are that you balance your heart and your mind. You also have this inner strength, very much Leo energy too, where I feel like you're a go getter, you're fiery, but they see this inner strength and this inner confidence and a balancing. You're balanced of heart and mind. You're not like wait, but wait. You're pretty consistent in how you present yourself um, in situations. I feel like you're pretty stable and strong and fiery because they also see you as someone who doesn't. I don't know if you really feel you need to defend yourself, but you do stand out and other people poke holes at you here. And I feel like that would have been one thing that they would maybe mention is that um in their viewpoint, this is not spirit saying it because you're asking what are their viewpoint, how do they see you, is that you don't care about what your coworkers think about you, and you will tell them when they're doing something that's not blah blah blah, right? And you might not be very political, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah. So I feel like it's like you they might see you as not being, super political and, like, "Boo, boo, boo, well, don't tell them that. Just, don't tell them that they're doing something wrong, just pick up after them. Just correct it. Don't tell them they're doing something wrong, just correct it." And it's like, well, they're just gonna keep making the mistake, and we're gonna have to keep correcting it, can't we? Isn't it just smarter to tell them? And they're like, "Oh, no, we don't wanna make them angry." It's just better just to keep doing it, like, so they don't like confrontation in some ways. So that would be like a viewpoint that they would have, which, oh, that would drive me nuts too. So 8 of Cups. I like this that I feel like they know that 8 of Cups is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you, headed off to wish fulfillment. And I feel like they have this. They feel like you're a good worker, you're a good fit and all that, but I feel like, it comes back here that they know that you're too big for them and that you'll be heading off into something that's more fulfillment. Like they know that they're not they're giving me a soulmate example, which is funny. They know they're not a soul partner that you're going to be with the rest of your life. They know they're just a stepping stone. And they know that. And I feel like that's why they at times you might see them like going, "Yeah, you're not gonna be here." They can just know that your dream is somewhere else, and they feel that you're only there temporarily, and they can feel that. Whether you're saying it or not, they can feel it, and that's what's coming through. Yep. So that's what they have for you, Renee. So you don't have to worry, you're gonna be at a different job in August anyway, if not sooner. Boom, boom, boom by August, right? But that's what's coming through. So hang in there. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All righty. So we had left off with Karen Stwash. All right. So I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. Hey. So what's coming towards you this summer? Wow. You do have the Page of Wands coming in here, which is new passion, new joy, new energy. I feel like you definitely have a new excitement that comes in. I just feel like you've been down in the doldrums, which is not a word I use, but the doldrums, and you're ready for a different drum beat. Not dull. You want to live. You want excitement, and the summer brings that. I feel like you find something or someone that just sparks something new for you to move forward, and that helps you live instead of exist. Feel like you might have fallen into like an existing mode, but this situation or person just brings this new spark into your summer, and it goes forward. It's just something that just breathes new life into you, and I like it. But that's what's coming for you. They won't give me much more than that. I guess they want it to be a surprise. Alrighty. And up next, Kavita Soroha. Next 7-day reading. Let's take a look here. We are doing one card readings here since I'm 3 hours in. I'm just going to try to get through as many free readings as I can here. Thank you guys for your patience. We got the Two of Pentacles. You do have these balancing energy that's coming in. And I feel like there's a lot of things balancing out and a lot of dust clearing where it comes down to where you have a choice between two things in the outside world and you get to choose between them. But I feel like all this dust, it just feels like a lot of confusion. And suddenly everything comes down and there's like two choices left. And like, okay, this I can handle. Before I felt like there was like 200, but now there's two. And I feel like over the next 7 days, you get information that makes it easy for you to make a decision. That any lack of clarity that you have, I'm not sure which one, it's not time to make the decision yet. But within the 7 days, you will get a choice. And it's going to be a clear choice because of some information you get. So that is what's coming through, Kavita. So many blessings for you. And we'll continue moving down the list. Yeah, yeah. You never know. You never know. Renee. All right. Elisa Manzini. So is it over between F and U, or will you grow close again? All right. Let's take a look here. See what Spirit says here for you. I feel it's over. You've got the World card, which is significant ending of old cycle and beginning of a new adventure. So I feel like this is old gone, and you're headed off in a different direction. So definitely something less with less expectations feels more like an adventure. So I feel like with the World card, it is an ending. It's the last card in the major arcana, which leads you to the full card, which is the new beginning. So that is what I feel coming through, Elisa. So just know the adventure awaiting you is worth it. So boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All right. And we are to Mahippus Ruby. Hello, hello. So the feelings of Jong towards you. Let's take a look here. Well, we got the Two of Cups. So there is this love that's there, these feelings here. But you know, I feel like these are the feelings they have, but I don't feel like they express it. There's just like this oh, I don't know, it just feels there's something about the hand standing out to me. Like if you've ever held hands with someone where your hands are like you're like this holding on and they're just kind of like it's almost like you're grabbing them, but they're not holding you back tightly. I just feel like they're just like, or a hug where people are just like, and you're like hugging in them and tight, and you just feel like they're going, that's what I feel. I just feel like they have this, but they can't express it. Something is holding them back from expressing it, is what I feel. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm doing one card readings right now just to try to get through and get at least people some answers. So hopefully that helps. Maybe you already know. If not, we can. I will be back in about less than 5 hours, so we can always revisit it too. So hang in there, Mahippus. All right, Ruby, Ruby. All right. So let me take a look here. Now we got into these readings. Let me just make sure. All right. So Margaret Tunkara, hopefully you asked a question further down. I'll continue to go, but you, of course, can ask a question in chat. All right, here. So spring. We did that one. We did that one. We did that one. All right. Needy Sarvaya, I think you are the one that's been asking if I got to you or not. I don't think we completed that one. So we are to you. Yay. Fingers crossed. We did get to you. So message from Kaval, a no contact, a third party situation. So any message from Kaval. Got Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Swords is, Ace of Swords is see things from a higher perspective, cut away the fears of losing conditional love. And it's like see everything completely differently. Uh, it, it's also new communication coming in. So I feel like they will communicate with you here soon. But I just feel like the communication is not like to get together or to reconcile or anything like that. I feel it's more to finalize things because I feel like there's this newness, and it's almost like free your mind, let your fears go, look at your fears, see your life from a different perspective. Because I just feel like it's time for you to choose you and not worry and be consumed with all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, have tos and musts. That those are fears of losing conditional love, fears of failure, fears of rejection. And it's like, you know what? I can see things from a higher perspective outside of all these rules. And what do I want? And I feel like you deciding what you want and going, you know what? I don't want this for me. I want to be free as well because I deserve more. And I feel like the communication that comes in is that they do want to end things because they need to move forward with where they're wanting to go.